Ooh, another pretty song.
It was pretty.
Yeah. And I'm just like unmuting James while he's muting himself and unmuting him multiple times.
I think I'm pretty.
Yeah, he's very pretty. He's a Barbie girl.
In a Barbie world.
Exactly. Let's get the show started. Oh, pretty.
Distance nerding.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it is time. It's time. It's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now watching and listening and experiencing and just taking in the majesty and the greatness that is distance nerding.
Yeah.
Part of the Comic-Con radio podcast family. She's Fray Girl.
He's Young Phil.
And he's Jahmez 5000.
And we're here to nerd together.
All right.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it for the
I tried to
140th
keep up with
time.
him. I tried to keep up with him. I swear.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, guess what? We're talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
So guys, you gotta follow us on all the social media places, all the places that exist: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all at The Distance Nerding. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want,
Jahmez, did you see him with the conspiracy hands all up there in the
Always.
business?
He's got
Conspiracy hands.
I can see it.
It's creepy. It's conspiracy creepy.
okay,
Good. It's good.
now, just
Conspiracy, it's good.
good.
It's great. I'm the greatest of conspiracies. It's great.
It's actually not a bad Donald Trump. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Bad.
Is that who he
All
was
Donald
doing?
Trump's
I
bad.
thought he was doing.
That's rude.
Ron
Okay,
Perlman.
that is rude. You let Philippe do all the impressions all day long. I do one, and you're like, is that supposed to be? Oh, jeez.
We're into all the conspiracies. That's all
Follow us.
is all the conspiracies.
There's a
I think we
conspiracy
should let
against me.
James do it, Phil. I think
No,
we
there
need
you
to
go.
give him this
There you
one.
go. She's giving it back to you right there. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you wanna tell us how bad our Donald Trump impressions are, or you want to tell us how good James's is, you can email us at dist.
It's good. Nerdy. No.
And it's nerding at AOL.com. Get it done.
Get
I thought
done.
of a bit for that, like do it like what's his name? Neil Patrick Harrison, Barney in How I Met Your Mother when he's doing Legendary. He goes legend. Wait for it. He was my favorite on the show. So sorry. A little flashback.
Oh, Cam asking about the package. Wait for it, Cam. Speaking of wait for it, Say Wong saying James is alive.
That's rude. Wasn't I here last week?
And the
Wait,
week
no.
before that too?
No, it was the week
No.
before because remember you had the sick
Yeah.
kid.
I was here the week before.
Yeah.
And the week before that.
Exactly. Say Wong, we may be going to SAC Anime. I'm not sure 100% right now because the weekend is pretty busy. So let me talk to you. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's a wrestling thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Wayne the Unknown with the great Scott Marty. I love it.
Where's the impression of that?
Great Scott Marty.
There you go.
All right, ladies.
You're not going to say anything about that, Fray? That's his best Doc Brown, and you go, Yeah.
Man, guys, let's talk about what we got on.
Anything anymore about any impressions ever again? Oh my God, James!
Good.
I did not realize that you were having a moment.
Yes,
So
Doc
come
Brown,
on.
it's good.
he is. He is.
88 miles per hour, it's good. Great.
I think you should do Donald Trump impressions in all the movies. Just like pick a character for all these movies, and just that's who Donald Trump is in the movie. There we go.
That's good. That's good.
I just created more content for you.
Exactly.
Paint me like one of your French girls. It's good. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my God. Donald Trump in every movie ever. Oh God. All right, guys.
Appropriately in it.
This week on deck, we've got the Geek End update.
New episodes of A Comic Conversation are coming.
Lights, camera, reaction.
Star Wars, the Snyder Cut. We're going to the moon, to the Rebel Moon.
Starting rumors.
Is Maz Kanata actually a frog? Could be.
Which might be, yeah. And then, of course, the download.
It's me.
It's me.
Your Mario. Or maybe not.
It's good, Mario. It's me. It's me, Mario.
I was just going to ask him to do that. Just like, I want to hear Donald Trump as Mario. That's who we want to hear right now.
What is
It's
it?
me,
I love the
Mario.
I love the what is it that Mario like always collects? The coins. I love the coins. They're
I love the coin.
Coins are good. Coins are good.
I have
Good
the best coins. I have the best coins.
Quarter coins, gold coins, you're all good. It's good. It's your business. But first,
You have millions, billions of coins. Just billions.
I invented coins. It was great.
Oh God, guys! Before that,
But first, let me get a shout out.
there we go.
But first,
Let me get a shout out. Hold on, one more time. Before we do that, I'm going to have you do that as Trump. Let's do that. All right.
but first,
Let me
Okay.
get a shout out.
but first.
Let me get a shout out.
Okay.
Shout out to Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex, not powered by Donald Trump. Poddex are unique interview, questions, and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. It's good. If you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, level up with Poddex. Check out check out poddex.com. Use code nerding10, nerding10, and get 10% off.
There's another Fray joke.
Nerding10.
That's all I am to you all is a joke.
It's good. Jokes. Nerding10. It's great.
Oh God. All right.
I can't stop. Somebody else needs to do the news. News.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what brings Phil the energy, because we got to talk about some Dubby. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait for it.
Wait.
Wait for it. Dubby! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dubby's an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. And, you know, it might be keto friendly for those of you who are trying to stay on the keto hype. Dubby contains Neurofactor. It's a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. It is deliciousness, and I am excited for it. How do you feel about it, Trump?
It's good. Neurofactor. It's good. I invented Neurofactor. It's great.
I was gonna say, does keto involve a lot of kale?
I invented keto too. That's great.
No, keto is low carb, low sugar, high protein, high fiber.
Oh, okay. So not a
Mansplaining.
lot
It's
of
good.
kale.
I invented
I did not. That's one thing I did not mansplain. All right. She genuinely said she didn't know about it. All right. Oh God.
Was it? No, I'm just kidding. It was. I actually get them mixed up all the time.
Okay. Fray, Just chat and Fray. What flavors am I going for tonight?
I just chat and Fray. So you're not even letting him choose. That's awesome.
The only other person here, besides the chat and besides Fray, is me. So essentially, you said everybody except for James.
He didn't
pretty
just
much
come
tell
out and
me.
say, James, you don't get to pick
This-
tonight.
Yeah, exactly. This conversation is for everybody but James.
Everybody but James.
Like you're not here. I get it. Okay, I get
Okay, it's fine because she's been picking flavors for me for a while. So
it. Right.
Now
All right.
we do have Cam in the chat saying dub sludge. So what am I mixing with the dub sludge?
Is there is there a mango one? I ask this every week.
No, there's not. There's a mango one
A
that he likes to say.
mango.
Mango.
There are two that have the mango flavor with it.
Is there a mango pineapple?
No, it's a mango peach.
Dos tienes
Oh, do mango
mango.
peach. Wait, is that what you had last week?
No.
See.
Beach and peach and dub sludge is what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
James needs to say it's the number one thing in the world in his Trump voice.
It's good. It's the number one thing in the world. Dubby. It's great. Oh, it's good. Mango. It's good. Nobody says mango. Nobody says mango. Mango. Okay, I gotta stop. Okay, we're done.
I'm waiting for the day that now Trump is like, oh, now they're making fun of us. Like, he just like talks smack.
I'm gonna sue you.
It's a Nerding podcast. Saying my
All right.
name.
All right. Well, you're licking your fingers. We're gonna keep this going. Distance. Oh, wait. Do you want to do?
Oh, no, yeah. We gotta introduce it. Yeah, that's right. We gotta introduce it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Geek
I think he muted himself. Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio. Listen to Distance Nerding and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. Look for Distance Nerding.
Actually,
This
it would be great
podcast-
if somebody could put that in the chat.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got dub sludge all over his fingers. I'm trying to read.
Literally.
Literally. Okay, I gotta stop.
My God.
Look for Distance Nerding Podcast, even this episode, and a new comic conversation each week on comiccon-radio/podcast. We're going to push ourselves. We email them. We're like, hey, we want to be on the front page. So we're going to be on the front page soon. Yeah, comiccon-radio.com. Use code nerding10 for nothing. You get nothing for nerding. How about that? You tell them
Yeah,
nerding 10, they're going to be like, what are you talking about?
They're gonna go, okay.
Nerds are weird.
They're
Use
gonna go,
code Nerding10 for
they'll
absolutely
go,
nothing.
nerding 20 to you, my brother.
Yeah, exactly.
That's supposed to be it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, God.
That's a nerdism right there, my friend.
That's funny. What up, Jester G? Chiming in the chat. I like this. You're here. Makes me happy.
We're digging it.
All right. Let's talk about some shows. There
what's
are.
up for distance nerding? Where are we going next?
We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I think. And Sewong was kind of talking about it. Next show's coming up. We got SAC Anime, September 1st through the 3rd, right here in Sacramento. Thus, SAC. It's the SAC in anime.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Yeah,
Does that make sense? Okay,
sure.
great. That's my mansplaining. And then I didn't even know this was a thing, but this is awesome. And they actually are really cool people. Check out Lake Tahoe Comic-Con. That's coming September 23rd through the 4th. I think who's going to be there? See Andrew Nelson, Alan Fernandez. I think who else did I see? Sam Jones, Flash. He's going to be there. It's a 2-day con up in Reno. I think it's at Mont Bleu in Reno. Okay. So that's going to be super fun. Oh. I'm excited for that one. That'll be cool. And then just a week after that, down in Fresno, Heroes Fest supporting Project Wish Upon a Star, our favorite nonprofit. Go support them. It's their con. They get to do this Heroes Fest con. They get to highlight a bunch of first responders that have helped out in the area. Bless you. Who was that?
That was Husby. He's playing Apex. I had to sneeze. And I didn't want to say it.
It's like a sneeze from off screen. She's like, what the hell just happened right now?
I looked at both of you on screen. I'm like, who was that? But yeah, where was it? Oh yeah, Heroes Fest, September 30th down in Fresno. It's at Heroes Comics. Shout out to Heroes Comics. It's cool. We get to be outside. We get to have some fun. A lot of cosplayers. It's awesome. Philippe gets to dance with all the local Fresnoian ladies.
Fresnoian.
Fresian they are. Yeah, we got the video. Yeah.
When I go like full Deadpool, right? Just
and then our next show is Metal Arc Comic-Con back in Oregon, October 7th. We're going back to Oregon. So Metal Arc Comic-Con coming October 7th. It's going to be awesome. Stay tuned. We'll be announcing. We talked to them. They haven't announced it, so we can't announce who's coming, but as soon as they announce it, we can announce it. How many times can I say announce?
Until it means
at least
nothing
two more
to
times.
you.
Yes. We're going to announce who's coming. It's good.
At least one more time, as always.
Announcements. It's great. Inform. Communication.
Announce
It's done. It's getting old.
Oh my God. This is so good. So good.
Are we ready?
I think we're ready. All right, guys. Let's get into this.
I'm like, I don't know what we're
real
waiting
quick.
for.
Shout out to Wayne. Wayne joined us on stage at Anna Medford. That was awesome.
That's
And thanks for documenting it. Wayne the Unknown. So if you are on YouTube, or if you have YouTube, or if you have the internet, make sure you check out Wayne the Unknown on YouTube. He just released, I saw the premiere. He just released like a recap of the con. So it was really cool that that he put that out there. I mean, I didn't get an interview, but that's fine. I'm sure Wayne was too busy to interview me, but that's fine.
Well, he didn't know about your Donald Trump interview.
Right?
Trump
Right.
voice.
He specifically said, Philippe, let's get an interview with you tomorrow. I was like, great. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just set up the mics. I'll set up the mics, Wayne. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you
shout
want
out to
the
Wayne
PA.
Leon. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a travesty that, James, who is definitely the more interesting of the two of us, doesn't get interviewed more often.
He does have 125 kids, so I mean,
And that was
really
exactly
interesting.
my next line was, it's because he has 123 kids and he doesn't have the time to do interviews like that.
Yeah.
Not when you're trying to keep up with all 123 of them.
Yes.
She just said it was 125. Did we lose too? What happened?
I don't know. Did you? What happened?
Geez. We gotta end this. We gotta get through this stream quick.
It's kind of hard when you have 125. I mean, you're bound to lose a couple of them.
Yep.
Yeah, they wander off and they come back.
They're
whatever.
expendable. They're expendable.
At that point, you have your own little village. So
Right. That's why we had twins. Buy one get one.
Oh my God! All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, God, I was gonna make the darkest joke. I gotta.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Come back to us, Phil. Get into that darkest time.
Move along.
Yes, moving along. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for lights, camera, reaction.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
So what do we got going on, James?
Oh, we got some Ahsoka. You ready for this? I mean, if you're ready for it, it's tonight. Ahsoka is tonight.
Yes, it is.
It's not right now.
I'm going to watch it after this because
Yeah,
it'll premiere after.
They're waiting for this show to end, and then they're going to drop Ahsoka. So don't leave the stream.
Right.
Stay here, and then Ahsoka's going to be right after her. So
and then you can watch Ahsoka after, and it'll be like a warm, cozy hug.
Yeah,
exactly.
We got this officially from Dave Filoni. He told us specifically that he is waiting.
Filoni told you Favreau was the one that called me, and he said Oh, he said Filoni was gonna tell me, but I guess maybe he was on the phone with you guys. I don't know.
He may have been on the phone with us already.
Dave doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, well, Dave loves you though. He says it all the time.
Like
that girl
you
Fray.
know, I just think it's because it's Rosaria. I mean, Rosaria is his muse right now, so
yeah,
I get it. I understand.
She's coming in between you guys.
No,
Awkward.
I love Rosaria.
To be fair, generally she is a muse, so she's a vibe.
She is.
She is.
To be fair, we should play this trailer.
Is she still with Cory Booker?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I do not know that. Wow. Wacky,
I just think
wild
she's an amazing
stuff.
person. I just finished
Lush.
Superpowered, and she narrates it.
Wait, what is it? What?
Superpowered, DC's Superpowered. The 3-episode thing on Max. I just finished it, I think a couple days ago, and she narrates it. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
She is a nerd first.
Oh yeah. 100% she is.
Come on the show, Rosaria.
Please. So reactions.
No, don't come on the show. Just because of that reaction that Phil had just had when I said that. No, do not come on the show. If you want, I'll interview you. Just me, solo.
So before we get into the trailer, kind of initial reactions on this. I know we've seen a couple other trailers before this. Just excitement levels. I mean, what are our excitement levels on this?
Me? Fray, me. Fray. Let's go, Fray.
I was just going to say, I think it's going to give us Rebels vibes, but I think it's going to also give us a lot of unexpected stuff. I think there's going to be some stuff that we're not even considering that they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I think that's going to come up. I think we'll see some things that we're just like, what? How did they connect this and this? And it's going to be perfect, but it's going to like blow our minds. I really expect that blow our minds moment in this first season.
Yeah. I think a lot of seeds have already been planted. Getting ready for this between Clone Wars, Rebels, obviously Mandalorian. That's where I was going to go next. So I mean, that
even in Book of Boba Fett, there's some stuff in Book of Boba Fett that because like how do we know that she doesn't have beef with Boba Fett? I mean, we don't know. He tracked down a lot of people, and he was in Rebels and in Clone Wars, wasn't he? Or is he just in Rebels? I can't remember. But
he was in Clone Wars. He was young in Clone Wars as a kid.
Yeah, it was Daniel Logan. Shout out to Daniel Logan.
Friend of the show, friend of the pod, Daniel Logan. He did end up voicing young Boba as well, and it was great.
That's actually how Boba got the dent in his helmet, is from the Cad Bane shot that didn't make it into Clone Wars, but it was from Clone Wars. Yes.
Yeah, no, and I just think that's great. I think we're going to see something. I'm expecting something unexpected. So I have like that little part of me that's keeping like a empty space in my like prediction levels, just to kind of expect something unexpected. Because Rebels was so good at that. Every season we got something that was, oh gosh, I didn't know they were going to swerve like that. Like it just came out of nowhere. But then you look back on it and you're like, no, it didn't come out of nowhere. They told us, about this a long time ago. So it's just, it's that kind of thing. And I want the owl, Morai. Oh, I remembered its name. I never remembered its name. Morai. Yeah, I want Morai.
James, any expectations or anything like as far as like levels of excitement?
I'm over the moon excited for this. Over the Rebel moon excited for this. I'm a super fan of Rebels. It's like my favorite ship is the Ghost. My favorite pocket of Star Wars is Rebels. So this is it for me. Like my nephew has an Ezra lightsaber, and I was gonna steal it from him because I just want it. But I'm super excited for this. I just want to see it. I don't want it to be another Secret Invasions where like I get all my excitement up. So I'm kind of feeling what Fray said, and just like clean slate, swerve me. That's cool. Give me anything. I'm just gonna enjoy the ride.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm excited. I mean, I just mentioned a couple things a second ago. I mean, I'm very excited for this. I love Ahsoka as a character. I mean, she's one of those characters from like at the very beginning. I wasn't a big fan of her. She was a little annoying at first. But she grew
How
on.
She was
dare
the
you.
She was the bratty little sister. Like
She
for like
was,
the first season and a half, and then
Yeah, and that's
They-
kind of like
yeah.
the consensus. A lot of people feel the same way that Ahsoka was a very annoying character at first, and then
I loved her because she was annoying.
yeah, like she slowly grew into a force on her own, and she forced Anakin to grow up and gave Anakin more stakes that made it to where between episode 2 and episode 3 it goes from like, okay, well, why are you just making these decisions to go like and be a bad guy all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And you see kind of like the growth in Clone Wars. Shout outs to Matt Lancer who killed that performance as Anakin.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. No, I absolutely agree. I think that Star Wars has realized, like the whole franchise has realized, they need to tell the stories between the movies
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times people think that we're picking up where we left off, but in Star Wars their years go by. So I mean, it's it could be 5-10 years that
Right.
they're just fighting and fighting. Well, tell us those stories, tell us that those 5 years worth of struggles. And I feel like Rebels did that. Rebels was a bridge, just like Rogue One was a bridge to from Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope. It's a bridge movie. So
Mhm.
it was and so I just think that is Solo to some extent also is that was a story that we hadn't been told. And so I really enjoy that. I enjoy that they're not just limiting themselves to keeping that storyline, but also telling the stories in between the storyline that we already know. And I
Right.
think that's great. And I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. I want a dash of Andor, but I want mostly Rebels with the smidge of Mandalorian shot, just like that little cocktail. Give me that cocktail and I'm good.
Right. All right. Well, let's get into the trailer here. If it'll play.
Look at those arms on her. Do you see those arms on her?
Rip.
Look at that.
Jedi,
That's crazy.
rebel,
I mean, seriously.
warrior. Who is
She's
she
just describing
exactly?
herself.
Right. Well, like
Yeah. I
one,
mean,
one,
seriously.
one of the things I did like about kind of this whole thing
Mhm.
was they were talking
Okay,
about
and-
like, okay, so there's been these arguments that like, okay, well, Ahsoka shouldn't exist because she's a Jedi, and they said that by the time of Luke, no Jedi exists, and it's like, well, she's not a Jedi anymore. Remember,
Yeah,
she
she's-
renounced her role.
Yep.
So it's like,
amazing. In our new series, she faces
So
the
she,
power while
but
helping
I
prevent
mean,
the return of
she's
a
a
fearsome enemy.
force
Ahsoka
user,
enlists the help of her
and
friends
just
to be Ren, who's an
because
independent
they
Mandalorian
took out the
warrior.
Jedi doesn't mean
Mhm.
they took out every
Carson
single
Blue, one of the
force
best pilots from
user.
the galaxy,
Right.
And I
central
think
member of
that
the
that's
rebellion and her droid
where a
Chopper.
lot of
Ahsoka and
fans
Sabine will
get
have to
too
team up
black
with her
and
to
white
explode
with
an
it.
intergalactic threat.
And
Grand
just
Admiral
because
Thrawn.
they decimated the Jedi Order
How did I do?
Oh, I love Chopper.
doesn't
I
mean-
love that chopper. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
I would think Chopper would be the easiest one to translate, though,
Yeah.
from
Is
animated
Filoni
to-
still playing Chopper?
Yeah, I think he's still doing
I think he
his
is.
voice, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Dude, I'm so excited for this. So excited.
Yeah, me too. I cannot wait. I think it's just going to be amazing. I'm kind of nervous about it because I want it to be so good and not disappointing. And and I was like, oh, I want Secret Invasion to be so. I think I'm feeling that like apprehension but then I'm like, but I really love Miss Marvel, and they really haven't done me wrong on the strong female power empowerment show. So
I'm all excited for this. We should post this in the chat so people can get the like that quick synopsis.
Oh, you want me to do that? Synopsis.
Because it's a good little like, hey, here's the quick 30-second version of like what you should know before the show.
the Heir to the Empire. I was looking at those books. Somebody had those books. I was watching something about it, and they had the books on there. And I was like, I think I've read those.
Yeah, Heir of the Empire is now canon, by the way. So
How is it canon?
when they redid the books. The new books are canon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not the original ones. I read the original ones.
Yeah, not the
so I
original
probably
ones,
should
not the
go
ones
ahead
from the
and
80s.
read the other ones.
Those are still expanded.
Which is funny because Steve Zahn, or is it Steve Zahn or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is.
He wrote the originals and he also wrote the new ones.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, so yeah, because I have one of the books here somewhere. That's why I'm looking over there. I'm like, I have one of them somewhere.
Right.
But I was like, I remember like these covers, and so I was like, oh man, maybe I did read those.
Zahn. It's Timothy Zahn.
Timothy Zahn.
Steve Zahn is a comedy actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe maybe he has a second career now. I don't know. We don't know. Everybody's like a hyphen now. Everybody's
know,
like,
right?
or a slash.
So ratings on this, Fray. What's your rating on this?
On that 30-second. I love these 30-second things because I think it's funny. It kind of makes fun of itself. Like, oh, what do you need to know in 30 seconds? Like that kind of thing. And so I enjoy it. I think it's fun. So, and I love Rosario Dawson. So of course I'm going to be like, this is 10 Rosario Dawson hair flips out of 10 Chopper cameos.
Yeah. I am going to give this 10 short white samurai style sabers. Because they did say that her armor and everything from her stances to her armor to the way she holds her lightsabers are based on samurai.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna give that like I said 10 short form white samurai style lightsabers out of 10 blue dudes who have no force powers but can wreck everybody that has force powers.
Well, so my thing with her, like with the series and all of this, there's so many things that it could be. There's so many possibilities,
right?
That's really what it is. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Like I said on Nerd Out, that overall, I thought that we'd see Ahsoka go to the world between worlds and pull Ezra.
You're still talking Ahsoka?
Yeah, and still here we are. Sorry, but and that she would pull Ezra into the world between worlds and ask past Ezra, like right before he's getting ready to implement his plan. Ask that Ezra where he's where could he be, and that she gets her clue on how to find Ezra that way. So that's what I said in the Nerd Out. But I mean, there's so many other things that I could say. I just picked that one. But I think we're going to get a lot of revelations. Are we going to find out that Jason Syndulla is force sensitive and he could be a Jedi one day? Maybe not. So it's like there's so many things. So I'm really excited. Okay, let's move on.
All right, James, real quick before we move on, what's your reaction? Your reaction on the trailer?
Oh,
Rating.
10 out of 10. I want to give it 10 Ahsoka lightsabers for 10 Chopper co-pilots.
Oh, that's where he went. He went to go grab Chopper. All right. Eric, you missed it at the beginning, man. Let me talk to him.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'll have my Grogu, and you can have your Chopper.
I love that every episode. It's everybody. James, you live.
Yes, it's good. I'm alive. It's great. It's been on vacation, Florida.
Oh God.
Do we get the Mandalorian in this show? That's something we haven't actually talked about yet. Unless you guys talked about it while I was getting Chopper.
I don't know if
I don't know if I'll have time.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot that's
everything
going into this.
Because they said that this is basically it's like this is going to represent the end movie of Rebels. So I don't know if Din Djarin shows up in this.
I'm wondering if we might get like a Bo-Katan phone call or
Bo-Katan would make sense because she has ties with Sabine Wren. So I mean, like
I could see them like in the talking to Mandalorians, but it may not be Din Djarin or Bo-Katan. It may be they're getting updated that, oh, hey, guess what? Mandalore is now inhabitable and we've retaken it if you want to come back. Like that kind of thing. It may be something we might get like that kind of reference. I don't think they have enough time. And with what I think they're trying to accomplish with the Master Apprentice, that might be more of a distraction than an enhancement. True. So,
hey, Sabine Wren,
right?
Your family's dead, but you can come back to Mandalore.
Yeah, I know, right? I love what Saewon just said. He just said that the blonde woman in the trailer, he's saying he's betting that that's Mara Jade. That would be dope. I mean, even though traditionally Mara Jade is a redhead, but I mean, I'm willing to do a hair color change if it means that we get Mara Jade.
What if her hair is blonde because she's a Sith, and when she turns back, her hair goes red?
Ooh, I like that too. I dig that. Saewon also saying, will the original trilogy trio appear? I don't think they will. I think if anything, Luke might appear in this.
Yeah, I could see Luke because they've appeared together. They appeared together in The Mandalorian, so I could see if they were going to do somebody, it would be Luke.
Right.
Although we could see a Leia in hologram form if we're getting Mon Mothma. Right. I just don't know if they'll go that way or not, and I don't know how much we'll see of that. If it's just like a basic cameo of Mon Mothma, or if she's in it more. I think that'll determine it.
Right.
But I think we won't see Han at all. We might get a Chewie.
Yeah.
Like thing, or I'm betting we're gonna get some sort of Wookiee in it, because I know that they've been talking to the guy that plays Chewbacca to play Wookiees in it. So I bet we're gonna get some sort of Wookiee, and then what was the other thing I was gonna say? I don't know. It'll come back to me, and let's just move on.
All right. Well, guys, the next trailer we have up here, Scott Pilgrim getting its own anime. I'm so excited for this. Scott Pilgrim takes off. What are your guys' reaction on just the announcement of this and kind of just the still frames before we watch the trailer? What are you guys thinking of this going in?
Go Fray.
I'm like waiting for him. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let James go. He looks like he's winding up to say something, and then he's like, "Go."
Here's my hot take. I don't care.
What?
What the hell?
I don't care. This was just a movie. It was just a movie, and I get it. There was a lot of people in it, but like I've seen the movie. It's just a movie that kind of like, oh, that was cool.
Did you read the comic?
I don't know. I don't feel like this needs to be like brought back up, but apparently people are into it, and that's your fandom, so that's cool. Good for you.
I mean, I always wanted a sequel to this. I love Scott Pilgrim, man, and I love that they got the original cast from the movie to come back and reprise their roles in an anime.
There you go. So tell me why I should love it.
Because Scott Pilgrim, I love that it's a kind of like a take on like nerds, almost like kind of like the stuff that you would wish you lived through is happening in his life, right? So like, you know, he's getting like video game vibes when he's like fighting people. He's getting very comic bookish kind of things happening to him. And a lot of it is just kind of like what's happening in his mind and the way that he is interpreting things, right? And I love the idea of just kind of like he lives in a nerd world. You know.
Okay, I'll give you that. That sounds awesome. I wasn't a huge Scott Pilgrim movie guy.
Okay.
I didn't know there were comics. I didn't know there was anything else.
Yeah, they actually put that movie out right before the last comic came out, so the ending of the comic is different from the ending in the movie.
Yeah.
Fray, what do you think? Are you excited for this? Are you clamoring?
So I feel like most comic book adaptations start in animation nowadays and then go to live action. So I feel like Scott Pilgrim, of course, did it his own way. Yeah, because that's who Scott is. But yeah, I love this. I hope NECA Scott shows up.
Yes, Nega
I
Scott.
want Nega Scott to show up. And I want Nega, what's her name?
Knives.
Ramona.
Oh,
Flowers.
Ramona. Yeah.
I want Nega, all of them. I want them to all have to fight like Nega versions of themselves.
The other
like
thing
the Nega Justice League.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I liked about this movie, about the movie, was you got essentially things that you expect out of anime happening in live action, and it's almost like a proof that you can make just out of this world anime stuff happen in a movie, because Scott Pilgrim made it happen. You get all that in Scott Pilgrim, these outlandish crazy fights with just kind of like weird things happening in the middle of it, especially when he fights God, I'm forgetting her name, the girl that plays Katara. She's
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
blonde,
Ramona's right? Ramona's like lesbian girlfriend. And like that fight in itself was very much a anime scene. Like every time he fought her, and then like when her and Ramona fight, and she pulls out the big mallet.
Yeah.
Right, and they get this like the fight on there, like everything in that is just proof that you can make a good anime movie and leave in all the weird stuff that's in anime.
Yeah,
and
it was really it took the form of comic book movie, I think, to almost its purest level.
Yeah,
where it was all like they didn't try to make it reality based.
Right.
Like the stuff that is grounded. The stuff that's out there and like total comic book is out there in total comic book. And even also, the characters react to it that way.
You also think about like how many people got their start from that movie. Like that's why I first learned who my crush Aubrey Plaza was. Was literally in that movie. Anna Kendrick was in that movie. Well, I mean, she didn't get her start there, but I mean that was another early movie for her. Chris Evans. It's one of his early roles.
Brie Larson.
I was just about to mention Brie Larson. Like Brie Larson was a major character, and she got a big start in from that movie. I mean, like there's a lot of people who were in this movie.
Hey, Brandon Routh. Routh was in it.
That's right. Kieran Culkin's in this.
Friend of mine.
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin. Yeah,
Kieran Culkin's in this, right? Just like the amount of people who got
their just start. Naming people that that you've met in this movie.
No, I haven't met weird. Chris Evans. Are you kidding? If I had met Chris Evans,
I thought you said you just met Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh,
I did. Yeah.
Which Brandon Routh has the best character in this movie. Like,
that he's the vegan. I love it. And then
no vegan diet, no vegan powers. He was
all right. So
ingested gelato. He goes, gelato's not vegan.
So we got to get to the teaser trailer, but would you suggest watching the movie again before watching the anime?
From what I understand, this whole thing is basically a long form remake. They're putting everything in this anime that wasn't in the movie, as well as retelling the original ending, and they're basically just doing it in anime form. So like the idea is they're doing this. It's basically like a director's cut extended version of the live action, but done in anime.
Yeah. Because they're doing it so much later, everybody looks so much older. It would be silly to do it in live action with all the original cast.
Right.
Yeah. So we should just watch it.
Yeah. I think this started because
also Harrison Dula's in this.
Oh, yeah, of course she is. No, but I was going to say this probably has something to do with when they did the reread and the whole cast came and did it during the lockdowns and stuff, and they were trying to and I think that's where this all started, because they were talking about like doing that, and that's amazing.
That's a good phrase explain. I like that. That's good.
Watch out for explaining. All right,
explaining. It's coming up.
Explaining. Let's watch this. I know. Even the writer of the comic said that, because he was already getting ready to publish, so he couldn't change anything. But he said, "Yeah, actually, I liked the version that the movie came up with. It was actually really good."
And that's
because his version was a lot more emotional.
He he doesn't normally say that. Like that's not stuff he says. So that's a special thing because he's usually pretty critical.
Yeah,
of how they adapt things. So.
Right. His version was
it's Mark Miller, right? That's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, we're talking about Mark Miller, right?
Yeah. His version was a lot more emotional.
Well, yeah. I mean, he had lived with those characters for so long.
Right.
It's hard not to have an emotional ending.
It also makes sense for Netflix to do it because they have the rights to everything that Mark Miller has made. So
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back and watch the movie again. It's on Peacock. I got Peacock.
Yeah, maybe watch it now because you might, now that you're more in the culture and understand and kind of have had a few years to like marinate on it, you can, maybe you'll enjoy it. And then you'll be like, oh my God, Chris Evans looked like that.
Where's all his muscles?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why does he have dark hair? And why does he have that weird goatee thing growing out?
I know, right?
Wait, what weird?
That's actually hilarious. Say Wong's comment that actually so he said that he's not gonna lie, his only interaction with Scott Pilgrim was the beat 'em up video game. Video game was actually really good. It did not follow the movies or anything like that, but it was its own story and it was really good. Because the whole point was you had to beat everybody up to get bus fare, so it was like
so, but I mean, I would say that if you don't want to go back and watch the movie, I have a feeling this is gonna give you a good jumping on point,
right,
so that you don't have to. You might go watch it after and kind of just see what they were talking about. I love. I mean, Liam, my son's seen it several times because I love it so much that I just watch it.
It's one of the few movies that Jackie watched and actually liked. So I mean, like she actually liked Scott Pilgrim a lot.
Cool.
It's just fun. It's just a fun, teen angst, awkward, comic book movie.
Oh God, the hair scene! Every time somebody talks about his hair, he just magically has a hat on.
Yeah, he's all like.
No, you don't even see him put it on. He just randomly have it on all of a sudden. Right?
Yeah, the whole thing when Brie Larson's like, Scott,
your hair's getting
so long.
He goes, no, it's not, and it's got a hat on already.
He's got a hat.
All right, so let's rate this real quick here. So Fray, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it 10 hair colors of the Ramona Flowers.
Ooh.
Out of 10 vegan police officers.
I change my hair every week, dude. Get over it.
Yeah.
Jahmez, what do you give it?
I thought it was going to be a continuation. It's kind of a remake. That kind of makes me sad.
I think it just expands more and tells more of the comic book story.
Right. And the thing is that that also, if them doing it as a series extends it so that they can do more of it later.
Sweet. All right. Oh, I'll give this 10 Captain America, or wait, 7 Captain Americas out of 10 Captain Marvels. Take
True.
that.
They're both in it. Okay.
I tip my hat to you.
I put a hat on. My hair? What's wrong with my hair?
When I rewatched the movie recently, I was like, how many DC and Marvel heroes are in these movies? Because there's a lot of them in it.
Oh right? Yeah, there's tons.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it 10 Dance Dance Revolution style ninja games out of 10. You punched her and turned her into coins. He punched the highlights out of her hair.
That was my favorite one.
I'm not afraid to punch a woman. Brandon Routh. Love it. Superman punching women. All right, let's move into the next trailer here.
I mean, everybody was punching women. Like everyone.
It's true. Let's get into this next trailer here because I know, Fray, you're excited for this one. Boom.
What is it?
Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I am actually really excited for this, mainly because I didn't think the first movie was bad.
I didn't either. The second movie was not.
The second movie was meh, right?
That was not good.
But the I didn't read the books, right? So I wasn't aware of the books or anything like that. And I know that when the first movie came out, it was they were trying to take advantage of the whole YA craze that was going on after Harry Potter was successful.
Yeah.
So, that whole thing on there. But again, I like the concept of it, right? It's modern day mythology, and I'm mansplaining, but I mean modern day mythology, and the children like demigods in today's world. So I mean I
Right,
like the idea of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if gods are like, if they're immortal and eternal, then they would have offspring in modern day. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept. I have read all the books because my son was really into them, and so we read them together. That was his story time before bed. Was we would read a chapter of Percy Jackson, and so I read all 5 of the books about Percy Jackson, and then there's a whole nother set about the Roman side of the gods, and they're at a different camp, and yeah. So I mean, it gets pretty in depth, but I thought the first movie was pretty good, and it was truer to the first book. Like there were some things that it changed, but I mean, obviously, it's gonna change stuff. The second one merged like 2.5 books together,
Ooh.
and that's why I was like, no, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And I know that the showrunner on this on this specifically said that they wanted to follow the books more closely. So we'll see.
The books are so good,
Mhm.
and there's so many magical and like otherworldly things in it, like just really cool, special things. And I just think I think the movies didn't. They focused more on the YA aspect and less on what made that series of books special.
Right. James, did you have any experience with Percy Jackson ahead of oh, you're on mute, man.
I just experienced it again like yesterday. We just rewatched the first Percy Jackson. It was fun. It was, very young adultish. I think the special effects don't really hold up though.
No.
But yeah, I like the story. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm excited.
Oh, look. There we go. I love the blue. It's just really interesting
Edge.
to me.
Is that Edge?
Yeah, that's Edge.
I did not know.
Edge? Like
yeah.
The guy
Edge.
from
Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland. I did not realize Adam Copeland was in
U2?
this.
Yeah.
Edge? Oh, that's amazing. I love him.
I think he's playing Ares.
Is he? Oh, that's
okay. He fits
really
Ares
good
so
him.
good.
Yeah, that would be really good for him.
He totally fits Ares.
Yeah, yeah, because like one of the in the Half-Blood camp, one of the children is a daughter of Ares,
right?
And then like there's all sorts of things. Like there's so many like more like factions in Camp Half-Blood than they put on the thing. They made it be like, oh, the guy that's the lightning thief is the main baddie, but he's really not, because it's not really that. It's like it sets up a lot, and you know,
and I mean with YA movies, that's the whole big thing is like, we have to make a one clear bad guy, and there cannot be ambiguity in it.
Yeah,
whereas like in the books, usually there's like ambiguity to characters in general. So
because YA writers don't write for young adults, they just write stories that young adults resonate with.
Right.
So they treat them as adults. They do the adult and not the young.
Mm-hmm.
And movies focus on the young and not the adult. So.
Right. So ratings on this, guys. What do you give it? James, I'm going to start with you.
I'm excited. I will give this 9 lightning bolts out of 10 Poseidon Tridents. I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Poseidon Tridents. Poseidon Tridents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fray, what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give this 9.
9 times.
9. clues to Percy's father out of 10 crushes on women Percy shouldn't be crushing on?
Okay. I'm gonna give this. Let's give this 9.
9 times.
9 times, 9 times, 9 times, 9 times. Let's give this 9 children who are running around chaperoneless while still being demigods out of 10 concertos.
Yeah, nice.
Because Edge is in this. Eric Ruiz in the chat, number 1, saying, "Where's Kratos?" Wrong God of War, buddy. I give this trailer 4 spears out of 5. You think you know me?
It's pretty good.
That is good.
It's the fact that Adam Copeland's in it is great. Yeah, that's probably why he disappeared for a little bit in WWE. I didn't realize he was in this.
My hair's tall. I can't keep looking at my own hair.
What the?
All right, guys, let's move
You
into
got
our
a Don
trailer.
King thing kind of going
He
on
does.
right now.
He does with the black in the middle and the gray on the sides.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like he's gonna present us with like Muhammad Ali here in a minute.
The greatest boxer of all time.
The greatest.
All right, sorry. Let's keep going.
fighter in the world.
All right, guys, let's get into this next trailer. Again, high levels of excitement. I don't know about you guys and what your experience with Good Burger is, but there is a new Good Burger movie.
I just bless them that they're still trying.
Right. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Oh.
If I feel like he should have shown up in a Kevin Smith movie at
Oh my
one of
God.
the movies.
Yes, it would be so great for him to be like working in movies. I
Yeah,
would
like
love
he's
that.
a movie employee, and it's just like, you know, he's like, "Welcome to movies." You know, it's like that would be hilarious. Why don't they do that?
maybe Kevin Smith should do that. We should,
Kevin,
Before
you know
you
you
get-
watch the show.
Before you get to this, real quick, yeah, shout out to Edge because Chester G, STS Wrestling, said in the chat that Edge may have wrestled his last match in Toronto. Shout out to Edge.
that's the rumor right now is that his retirement match was on SmackDown last week.
Mm-hmm,
Thing is it wasn't official, so we don't know if it was his retirement match. But
Could that mean Percy Jackson already has a season 2 in the works?
dun dun dun.
I know we're not in rumors yet, but
no, I thought they already greenlit that. But yeah,
Back to Burrs. Let's get to it.
what do you mean?
Get
Who is
to it.
Keenan Thompson playing? Keenan Thompson was already a character in the first Good Burger movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come on. Show me the burger.
Yep. So let's watch this trailer. Oh, well, again, before we jump into it, experience with Good Burger. Did you guys watch all that? In the
On
90s?
Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
No, I'm too old for it. So let's see. What's the trailer?
All right. Let's watch.
You kids and your burgers.
And you goods.
Hey, man, you almost car-burgered me to death. The new adventures of Ed and Dex starts now!
Oh God. Ed is back. Dex is back.
Oh man.
Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can we take your order?
Oh gosh.
You guys see the you not see the fake Ed in the background?
Yeah. Oh my goodness
Oh, yeah,
gracious.
that's order. None for me, thanks.
God, it's like, it kind of kills me that Kel Mitchell disappeared for so long, and I know he disappeared to take care of his kids and kind of like just didn't want to be in the spotlight. I know he did like a lot of cameos and stuff, but he didn't he wasn't like in movies for a long time. And
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, where's that guy been?
Yeah,
'Cause we know where Keenan's been every week.
Yeah, Saturday Night
Saturdays. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So I mean, just the fact that we've been like Keenan Thompson has blown up over the last couple of years, over the last like 10, 15 years, right? But like you look at Kel Mitchell, and like probably the most notable movie that Kel Mitchell has been in the last couple of years was
Good
uh,
Burger.
no, he was in God, what was the superhero movie? The one that
The one superhero movie, is that what you're asking?
no, the one that Paul Rubens was in too.
Mystery Man.
Mystery Man. He was in Mystery Man.
Oh yeah, he was. That was
Yeah.
not the last few years. You do understand that. That was
No,
quite a while ago.
No. I'm saying like in the last like 20 years,
Okay.
probably the most nototable film that
So
he's
I'm
been
like,
in. Yeah, was
that was a
Mystery
while
Man.
ago.
Maybe 25 years, because Mystery Men came out in 1999.
Okay, so yeah, I mean it's been a while, but like he's been he's been doing like small little cameos and stuff like that, like kind of like bit things, but not actually like consistently acting. And to see him come back and be Kel Mitchell is like, or for him to come back and play Ed, it's great to see Kel Mitchell back. I mean, I always felt like he had a lot of potential as a character actor, and it just never. I think by choice, it never took off.
Yeah. Hey, everybody makes that choice. Some people want to be alone,
Yeah.
and some people want the spotlight and all the bling
Yay. All right, let's keep it going.
and the pink budget in Barbie.
Let's get to the one that I've been waiting to see, and you guys keep talking about. Good Burgers and Scott
we need
Pilgrim.
ratings. We need ratings. Give me your rating. James, hurry up. Come on, give me your rating.
I give it 6 cheeseburgers out of 10 little burger hats that they wear.
Fray, what do you give it?
I give it 8 wonderful sayings that Ed does out of 10. I can't believe that car still drives.
I know, right? I'm also going to give this 8 bottles of mustard going everywhere out of 10 bottles of orange soda. All right.
Okay.
Let's get into this trailer, because I know James has been waiting the entire show to see this one.
Exactly.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the trailer for Rebel Moon. I am very excited for this. I have not watched this yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
It
I
looks,
waited for the
The
show.
stills look amazing now.
Right.
I got it. Let me give you the quick synopsis of it.
You got a synopsis of it?
Synopsis. Not really. I just want to say this is a movie that Zack Snyder pitched to Lucasfilm.
Yes.
And Lucas was like, meh. Or Kathleen Kennedy or somebody was just like, meh.
Yeah.
I think we're going to pass on it, Zack Snyder. And he's like, are you kidding me? This is a great film. So he's taking this, which is like inspired by like Kurosawa films, which is what was inspired to do Star Wars.
Right.
So he took this.
Somebody's mansplaining.
Took all the Jedi stuff out and was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own movie. See ya. And Netflix is like, here you go. Here's some money. Go make it. And I got it. I got it.
I just think it's funny that Husky has no idea that he's so intentionally funny.
It's great.
Show. Unintentionally.
Tell Chuck he's the best character on this show.
I will definitely. Then it'll make him feel self-conscious. I won't tell him.
So no, I mean, I am excited from the moment that I heard that he wanted to do a Star Wars movie, that he wrote a Star Wars movie, and that Lucas was like, nah, we're gonna pass. Like, why would you pass on a movie that's based on Kurosawa? So he just decided, I'm gonna do samurai in space on my own.
Wait till
I
you see this.
Maybe it might have something to do with his fans.
That is true. He does have very rabid fans.
And they already have to deal with rabid Star Wars fans.
Yeah. Now
so they don't want to have to deal with rabid Star Wars fans and rabid
Zack
Snyder's fans. And
right.
So I could see why they might say no to him, which is sad, because he makes a beautiful film.
Yes. I am a major Zack Snyder fan. I don't know
about writing a beautiful film, but he makes a beautiful film.
He makes very comic book films. The man is a master comic book visual guy. Like, his visuals in every movie he's done regardless of whether you like them or not, the visuals are always beautiful. So
Oh yeah, I mean that's I think he would be like an Oscar award-winning cinematographer if he
yes,
just became a cinematographer.
yeah,
Like I mean,
but
if that's what he focused on, because that is what he is so good at.
right, right. So let's watch this trailer. I'm ready for my mind to be blown right now. So
Filoni, Favreau, you
fire
guys,
everybody at Lucas who
you're
said
getting
no.
too into this. No, you stop that
Easy.
horrible talk. We will not be firing Dave Filoni.
Right.
We will not be firing John Favreau.
No.
Mhm.
Fire everybody who said no to this.
Right.
No.
Don't fire Albie.
That's gonna be executives. I don't think that's gonna be, Filoni and Favreau. I don't think they're
You
the
don't
ones
know.
that said no to
It
this.
could have been Filoni.
No, I'm pretty sure that this was more of a Kathleen Kennedy and because I don't think they're the ones who choose what directors are or what not directors, what filmmakers are going to be making a Star Wars film. I think that
I don't know.
they have more creative freedom when it comes to the project being made, and it's like, oh, this is what we're doing. Then they can kind of like get involved in it and do stuff. But
Yeah.
I think that they have the overall like Bible to things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they have executive authority over who gets to make a movie.
They could be the creative executives, but they don't necessarily have to be the ones that greenlight the money. So I can see that. Yeah.
Like whoever was the executive producer that decided we're not making this movie, right? And like read the script and was like, we don't like your vision. Like you know. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. 10 fake laser swords out of 10 Conan the Barbarians in space. That's where I'm going with this.
Exactly. Fray, what do you think? You loved it.
I did love it.
It's nerding at AOL.com. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna give it 9.
9?
Kurosawa-esque
Ooh.
scenes out of 10 Gladiator homages.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not giving it 10 is because I've been sucked into Snyder before and then left unsatisfied on the floor.
But the thing
dialogue.
So the thing is a lot of times too, you got to remember, like, a lot of the failure in the Snyderverse was also executives at Warner Brothers.
Executives at Warner Brothers didn't write the dialogue that the character said in the movies that he wrote.
But they did change a lot of kind of how that stuff was executed, because he said that BVS didn't come out the way that he wanted it to.
Well, I mean, I understand that. I'm not saying that, but it's not just little pieces of dialogue. There are there are issues with the stories. I've had this issue with him since Watchmen. I mean, it's just, I think it does magnificent things with the camera. I think he can compose a scene and make it beautiful, but he cannot write dialogue. And I mean, I don't know how to make him better at writing dialogue. I think he needs an editor that can edit his stuff and make it better. So
no executives said name both their moms Martha, and that's gonna be what changes the movie.
Their moms are Martha, though, like in the comics.
But that is
I'm gonna start calling you
how
Martha.
You change someone's mind. You don't go, my mom's name's Martha. I mean, that's like that.
I'm not defending it. That was a stupid line, but I mean, like, still, like,
that wasn't a line, though. That was the concept of how
why did you say that
name? A character that has been so laser focused on saving Gotham City that he has no emotional connection to anyone, and the thing that breaks him is oh, hey, guess what? My mom's name is Martha too. What? No, that makes no sense. It makes no sense. So I'm just saying that's we don't want to get into this with me because we will be
know.
here for a long
You are
time.
triggered. Your
Just-
trigger
I
word is
have-
Martha.
I have the utmost respect for Zack Snyder. I do love his movies. I watch Watchmen. I think it's beautiful. I can get through the dialogue. But when he takes over Batman and Superman and the thing that changes Clark's mind is that his mom is named Martha and so is Batman's, and that's what, and then Batman's like, no, I'm going to save her. We're going to do this together. No, that is not what it is. That is
And
not
why
what
would he
it
say
is.
Martha? Why would he say save Martha?
This is
You
why
don't-
this movie is
you don't
called
go-
Batman versus Superman, The Dawn of Wonder Woman, because she was the best thing in that movie. And it's because Snyder didn't have a chance to really mess with her that much. So
we gotta get through these ratings before she takes another
I know.
point away.
Well, she gave it an 8. I gave it a 10. What do you give it, James?
I gave it a 9.
Oh, she
You
gave
have
it
a
a
9.
it.
See,
I
you're
gave
already
it a
taking
9.
it away.
Forrest gave it an 8. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, I gave it a 9.
You know, this was beautiful. I was excited for this one. Like, just to see somebody else's interpretation of Star Wars without the baggage of Star Wars,
Yeah.
kind of like how Star Wars Visions was. I'm
Yeah.
excited for this. I want to give this 10 flaming hot Cheeto lightsabers, but aren't lightsabers, to
Cheeto.
10 big giant statues that get demolished.
I'm just saying, I think, thank you, first of all, Thomas. I appreciate your rating. But to answer Force's statement,
Answer it.
I did say that the thing that really, it was the Martha thing that got me, and that Wonder Woman was the best thing about that. But there are many more instances of Snyder not being the best at dialogue. Most of them have to do with Jason Momoa. A lot of
My
them
man.
have to do with I'm thinking,
To be fair,
And snurdy.
lines were better in the Snyder cut than they were in the.
yes, there was, I will look, the Snyder cut was better than the theatrical cut of the Justice League.
The Justice League. That was Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon did change a lot of the dialogue in that movie.
He did, yes.
Wheaton.
He shouldn't have done that movie because he was never really a big Justice League fan.
No, and he tried to do Avengers, which is a whole different field. So
But yeah, there are problems with that movie as well.
Mhm.
I would like to just scrub some of it completely out of existence. But anyway, yeah, it does come back to Wonder Woman, but it's not just that. It's just the way that he feels that dialogue is secondary to the composition of a scene, and it makes the scene. And actors aren't props, and they need to be paid more. So we're definitely union strong here, and that's all I'm going to say.
all right.
Good.
Well, let's
Good way to end it.
let's move on because guys, we got to get into the next portion of the show here.
Yeah, we haven't even done like rumors or
I know.
download or anything, and I'm already wound up. Let's go.
So, guys, it is now time. It is now time to start us some rumors.
Mm, 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 mm.
I don't know where to get it.
All right.
Rumors are swirling around like gumbo that a possible live action remake of Disney's The Princess and the Frog is happening. Disney is reporting that they're eyeing Lupita Nyong'o for the leading role of Tiana.
She would be perfect.
Huh?
I love
Yeah.
this. It's fantastic. If not her, Keke Palmer. Let's do this.
Oh man, Keke Palmer's so hot. Like just it was so Lupita Nyong'o though. I mean, like they're both.
Kiki, you know I love you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nyong'o has previously worked with Disney several times, the voice of Maz Kanata in Star Wars, as well as the animated series. Worked in that's right, she did have a whole thing in Forces of Destiny. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Nyong'o also played Nakia in Marvel's Black Panther, and in the 2016 biopic Queen of Katwe, and Jon Favreau's live-action remake of The Jungle Book. Interesting. I didn't know she was in Jungle Book. So I guess
didn't know
two
she
things.
was in Jungle Book either, but
I know, right?
Yeah, I purposely didn't watch it. So
Jungle Book's actually not bad.
no, it's not that. Like, I loved the animated so much. I watched it so much as a kid that I was like, I can't watch a live action because I feel like it's never going to live up to how much I loved the animated.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put that on the actors and the
live
filmmakers.
action.
So.
The live action took so the animated version took a lot of scenes out of the book that were in the book, and they just kind of didn't address stuff. There were a lot of cutscenes in the original animated one where like things don't make sense in the original one. We just recently watched the original one again.
Yeah.
And the live action one, Jon Favreau made a point of, I still want it to resemble the Disney version, but he hybridized it with a lot more of the original book. So you get
the Kipling book, yeah.
Yeah, so he took a lot of the scenes from the Kipling book and put it back into the movie to add context.
Yeah, I mean, I am not. It's not that I don't want to. It was just that because I respect Jon Favreau so much. He is one of my favorite directors. I've loved him since Swingers, and
he's so money he doesn't even know it.
Right, he's so money. And I didn't want to like my childhood like nostalgia. I didn't want to like that come against a director I really love. It's just a.
And there were some weird, choices in that movie too. So I mean, specifically with the Gigantopithecus that was King Louis.
Yeah.
There were for some very weird choices with walking in that, but
back to Princess and the Frog.
So
two questions: are we getting a live action Princess and the Frog? And two, is Lupita going to play Tiana?
I say, to answer number one, yes, we are getting a live action Princess and the Frog. They already announced that. So Disney has officially announced that they're working on a live action Princess and the Frog. So we know that that's happening, right? As far as Lupita Nyong'o playing Tiana, I think she'd kill it, and I think that it is something that Disney would do. Forrest, I will say that that's actually a really good choice for Snape because he actually looks a lot.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I think Lupita Nyong'o is she has so much range as an actress, and she can sing too. So I mean, like I see her killing it as
Tiana.
And not only just because the majority of the movie she's going to be a frog, right? So I mean, like I think that she's a good I think she's a good enough voice actress. I think that she is a good enough actress in general that she can pull off both the live action and the voice acting parts of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, just to like jump onto that, like she's done voice acting before.
Frog, jump onto that. I get it.
Hey, let me leap onto that lily pad. So,
that's good.
But she did Maz, so it's not like this. It's not like the voice acting would be like a stretch for her. So I think,
good point.
I think that she actually has all of the chops to do it.
Right.
It's just, is she available for long enough to do it in the time frame that they're going to need with the strike and everything? I think that would be the only thing that would derail her doing it and them having to look for somebody else.
Right.
So, but yeah, my tacos are on the table for her.
Yeah, absolutely. James, tacos on the table?
All the tacos on all the tables. Let's do it. Perfect choice. I love it.
Hey, I want to do the next one.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like you guys put like Wonder Woman stuff in here just because I love her so much. It's like, should we put Wonder Woman in or not? Will Fray kill us or not?
The answer is yes.
The answer to everything is yes. All right.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even see this one. Okay, hold on. So I don't have a slide for this. Sorry. Go ahead, but I don't have a slide for it.
All right. On December 9th, 2021, that's the past. Developer Monolith Productions and publisher WB Games announced a Wonder Woman game alongside a teaser trailer. Since then, it's been too quiet. On Reddit, an eagle-eyed user has discovered what appears to be some type of concept art for the game on the LinkedIn page of a developer working on the game. This is like some digging this person had to do. I mean,
I know, right?
I feel
some
like
stalking.
they're archaeologists and they're finding like all the ruins of like the Greeks and the Romans.
I mean, that's the majority of people on Reddit. So
pretty much, yeah.
Your LinkedIn belongs in a museum.
Wonder Woman is expected to be in development for PC, PS5, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X. So I do have a synopsis.
Do you?
Ted Lasso Truth Game synopsis.
Jesus, James. Themyscira, Ted Lasso of Truth Game synopsis. Ted Lasso? Come on, dude.
Well, Lasso of Truth.
Lasso of
I
Truth.
know, but so I'm like,
word association.
Stretch, man. That is a stretch.
I could have said the Martha Lasso of Truth, but that wouldn't.
Why did you say that name?
In development by Monolith Productions, creators of the critically acclaimed Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and sequel Middle-earth Shadow of War. The single-player open-world action game will introduce an original story set in the DC universe and allow players to become Diana of Themyscira in the fight to unite her Amazon family and the humans from the modern world. From an official game announcement in 2021, powered by the Nemesis system, gamers will forge deep connections with both enemies and allies as they progress from a heroic fighter into a proven leader.
Oh, I'm excited for that. Just because I've been saying that once I'm done with Street Fighter, I might bust out all the Shadow of Mordor games and go through a replay on those. Just because the games are really good, right? And the Nemesis system I thought was, as frustrating as it was a really good kind of like self-learning system.
So is it like a pretty good engine to do like a war type game on then?
Yeah, so it's a trip because what happens is the computer on its own will kind of like, I guess, like the generals and the leadership for the orcs, they fight amongst each other, right? And it's kind of what happens is if an orc kills somebody who's ranked above him, he becomes that position, right? So what ends up happening is, as you kill leaders on the ground, they're also like killing each other and getting stronger and leveling up. So like if you fight one of them and they kill you, they like rank up even higher and they start getting stronger. And it's a trip. Like it's almost like
Husby played that Shadow of Mordor. I remember that.
Yeah, it gets frustrating because again, they tend to be really smart. So like if you're fighting one general and another one's like across the field and sees you, he will run into the fight and like fight you at the same time. And if I there was one time I got ganged up on by like 4 different like captains.
Oh, wow.
Right, like I started fighting one, and then another one came, and then 2 more ran around the corner, and I was like, "Are you serious?" So it's like I'm killing all these like little orcs, and then there's like 4 captains coming at me, and they're like super strong. The other thing is every single orc that's in leadership has a certain style and certain like all of them have like different things that they're afraid of versus different things like different weaknesses and stuff. So like you have to study each of them, and like you can pause the game and like look at like, okay, here's the dude I just saw. What are his weaknesses, right? And some dudes will be like, they're afraid of like the monsters that they ride on, or I forgot what they are, right?
Oh,
The
okay.
beasts, right? Like, well, one of them's afraid of them, but then there's another one that's like emboldened by them, right? And like you'll have like this one guy that's like, oh, he's completely afraid, but then there's another guy that like will just kind of like get super strong and like whoop on you because it's there. So it's like the game is so it's
It
so
sounds really complex.
it is. It's very complex, but it's fun if you can make your way around the game, right? So, uh, and it just makes for difficult things on that. The second game, Shadow of War, they made it to where they still had the Nemesis system on there, but instead of it being just one guy that like got stronger, like once they hit a certain level, then they had like armies and they could command armies in battle. And it's like
Oh my god.
yeah, so now it's like you're fighting this one dude who has like a command over like a bunch of different orcs.
So it's kind of like machine learning and
Yes.
adapting. So the game's never really the same
Yeah,
as you play through it.
right.
that's
The
cool.
AI, because the AI is so it learns so well, and that's the thing is that it picks up on your style too. So like
Mm,
it'll figure if like one of the leaders kills you, it knows how you fight the next time you go to fight him, so it'll block you more.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
And very
kind of a pain.
frustrating. I can
It
see why
is.
that
It
would be
is very.
frustrating.
I stopped playing Shadow of War like halfway through because I was like, okay, I can't play this anymore.
I will throw this controller into the TV if I keep playing.
Yeah, so it's like now. I mean, I've grown as a gamer and I've gotten better at different things. So I figure, okay, I can do a playthrough of both of these games, and hopefully, it won't be as frustrating as it was the first time. I'm guaranteed it will be, but still, the storyline was really good because it takes place. It takes place like 100 years before the rise of Sauron, and it's
Gotcha.
like it's how Mordor becomes the Darklands, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
so like it
Hey,
starts.
I want to switch gears. I want to switch gears and ask you about gaming stuff.
Yes.
Like, so it says here December of 2021 that they announced the Wonder Woman game.
Yeah.
So
We
we're
haven't heard anything. and it's been
looking
2 years.
Yeah, so 2 years ish. What are we looking at? What are you doing?
No, I'm trying to close a window and my camera's in the way.
I'm like, what are we looking at? There's
Yeah,
something up there?
No. Like I said, I'm trying to close the window in the way.
Is that so? 2 years, is that typical where we don't really hear anything about a game, even though that they announced it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times, especially with Warner Brother games, a lot of times it's mainly because the development gets a little bit hard. Sometimes they go on hiatus. It also depends on how many games Monolith was producing at the time when they first came on. Warner Brothers produces a lot of games, so like it could just be that they kind of like put it in the back seat for a little bit. The other thing is if they're doing a really really ambitious game, then it can take a lot longer, right? And especially with like everybody trying to eliminate crunch culture, right?
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is especially getting behind that, and you can see that evident with like how they're treating Rocksteady and how they're treating Warner Brothers Montreal and everything like that, because they're kind of just
Gotcha.
they're with the flop of Gotham Knights. Like I know that they're like, oh hey, we put out this gameplay trailer for Defeat the Justice League, and nobody liked it, so they were like, okay, we got to go back to the drawing board.
Got to figure some stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like, hey, let's figure this out. So I'm sure they don't want to put out anything with this Wonder Woman game until they know it's what they want it to be.
Because they're afraid of me.
If this picture is from Wonder Woman, it looks kind of interesting because it, like what you're saying, it looks like there's different ways to play or different characters to play. Like there's Wonder Woman, there's Amazonians. There looks like some kind of human with a rifle or something.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a Mass Effect's Ashley Williams.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because like you probably will have different play styles that you can go through. I wonder if it's gonna have an RPG element where you can like change characters and stuff like that. Or if you or like if you are just playing as Diana, like, or I guess, is Diana a hero character and, you build your own character and the two other characters are the ones that you can kind of build off of. Like, it's going to be interesting the way that they do this. You know, like
It'd be cool if it was multiplayer and like you could have somebody play Diana and then like bring in like Donna or bring in like an Amazon and you guys, you know, or follow it up.
Right.
Or like somebody plays a human, somebody plays like so you could have other like people playing with you because that'd be fun. But not like online.
All I ask is that if they do something where it's like on Themyscira and they're being attacked, or you know, I want to see them fighting kind of large scale enemies, because I want to be able to, like, what I want to do is be able to play with Diana and the sword.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that all of her, like any weapon, should be.
Like, I like the
Open
lasso,
to
but
that.
there's something about Diana and the way she wields a sword that is just
Mhm.
completely badass to me. So like,
And
I-
her shield, like the way she, because she does the sword and shield combo too.
Right.
That also looks really awesome. So.
right, like, you know, I want to be able to do things with that.
Mhm.
Just because I feel like she is one of those characters that, you know, she's just kind of a badass, you know, like just with those things. I want the gameplay to be very similar to Batman, which actually the Shadow of the Nemesis engine is built off of the Arkham Asylum engine. So
Oh, okay. So then, yeah.
so the
Yeah,
fight
okay,
system
that
is
makes
very
sense.
similar. Yeah, the
Yeah.
fight system is very similar.
There you go. Hey, we got one more rumor coming from the
Tacos on the
chat.
table.
Yes.
That
Yes, tacos on the table.
tacos on the table that this will get made because they don't want to mess with me.
I love it. Tacos definitely on the table because nobody wants to mess with Fray. They want to mess
So
with Fray.
rumor from the chat. I'm going to put that back on the screen right there. So Adam Driver is rumored to be in talks to star in a role of a younger Snape in a Harry Potter spin-off series where the parents of the Potter crew are together. I like the idea of this. I think Adam Driver. I've always felt like Adam Driver could pull off a young Snape.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he's got the sass, definitely. And I think he could pull off a good British accent if he needed to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he's better off in the Harry Potter verse than MCU
Than Marvel.
personally.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I could totally see that too.
And this is supposed to be a series. So the other thing is, again, this would be kind of a big
Yeah.
commitment if he did play the character.
I just realized like the whole
Unless he
Snape
go-
and James
Unless
Potter
he's
thing.
in the first one and then he like goes and defects after the first episode.
Right. I mean, I want to see if this is something where, if the series that they're doing, because they still haven't announced what the series is going to be, but if the series is something where it's the parents of the Harry Potter characters, like I do want to see that relationship between James Potter and Snape, because, you know, they did not have a good relationship. Like James Potter picked on Severus Snape, so I kind of want to be able to see that.
I want to see what the relationship was with Snape and
Really?
Harry Potter's mom,
Yeah, with
whatever
Lily.
her name is, Martha
Martha Potter,
whatever,
Martha
Lily,
Lily
you know.
Potter.
Lily Potter.
Martha Lily Potter. Yeah, I want to see what their relationship is like. It feels like that the Potter thing is like this is Cyclops and Jean Grey, and Snape is like Wolverine. He's like on the outside, but he still loves her.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I also
he's
want to
the-
see.
He's that bad boy on it.
Yeah, the
Right.
bad boy.
I also would like to see Lily and Petunia's
Mhm.
relationship, just kind of.
I'd also like to
Outside
see
of
if they
this.
have any other siblings.
Yeah.
I think they do. They never really
And they would all be
say.
named after flowers,
Yeah.
because Lily and Petunia did not
Yeah.
name all the others.
Rose. You got Rose. It could
If
be
they had a
Rose.
brother, what would he be named? Orchid,
Thistle.
Thistle.
Heather.
Your name is
Just kidding.
Briar Bush. Briar
Thorny.
Bush Potter. Thorny. Thorny actually probably would be the one.
His name's Thornton, and they call him Thorny.
Tacos on the table, guys. Do you believe that we are going to get Adam Driver as Severus Snape?
I'm gonna say
Tacos
yes.
on the
The reason
table.
why tacos are on the table because they need somebody like an Adam Driver to head up that franchise. You know what I mean? Like they can get anybody to be Reed Richards, and everybody's gonna be happy. Like, oh my God, Reed Richards! But they
Or
need
no
like,
one's gonna be happy. It
or
can't be-
nobody.
Yes, no matter who you get, no one's gonna be happy.
but having somebody like Adam Driver kind of like be the staple of the new Potterverse, I think that will be key.
I think that's also a good idea. I agree with that. Tacos are on the table. I think Adam Driver is probably one of the best picks that you can get for Severus Snape. He has the range for it. Yeah, I think he has the look for sure. I think he has the range for it. I think that he would make a good Severus Snape.
Well,
Let's
and
ask
also,
LeJack how she feels about this.
he like, he's done so many like adult things, and this would be like the first thing that he would really do that's more kid friendly. And so he might want to do something like that just to, when he has kids later, he can be like, look, Dad was in Harry Potter, or whatever.
But also make sure there's a couple shirtless scenes of Adam Driver, so LeJack is happy. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Just saying.
Also, Cyclops is a tool, so sorry for us.
Okay, let's get into some news.
Yeah, because it is now time. Hold on, sorry, I got to put that back on the screen. It is now time
For the download.
Still looks like Thor on the Rainbow Bridge.
Holding on for dear life.
Yeah,
It does.
like one of my
like,
kids drew it.
Yeah, Loki. It's Loki going,
Yes.
Don't let me go.
Don't let me go, brother.
All right,
I've
let's get
been
into it.
falling for 30 minutes.
I was falling for 30 minutes. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Strike news. Last week, a super majority of Marvel's 50+ visual effects workers voted to unionize with IATSE, a step to becoming protected workers similar to those in unions like Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA. I always have a problem saying it. AFTRA.
Like AFTRA.
AFTRA.
It's American Film, Television, and Radio Association. Or
Also,
something like that.
AFTRA.
AFTRA.
Days after Marvel's VFX workers voted internally on unionizing, the next step in the matter has taken place Tuesday. The International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, IATSE, and Marvel Studios have agreed on a voting timeline to recognize the union.
Yay.
So Marvel's like, okay, I guess we're going to do this. According to the news report, voting opens on August 21st, or opened on August 21st, and will run through the next few weeks before results are certified and subsequently announced on September 12th. Barring any surprise developments, the upcoming IATSE vote should pass, which would make Marvel's visual effects workers the first unionized VFX group in the entirety of Hollywood. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's cool. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think I'm all for this.
Yeah, I'm also very happy to hear that this is happening. This is definitely something that's needed to happen for a long time, especially with all the I would say rumors, but I mean, with everything that we've heard about the way that the VFX system works, especially with Marvel kind of like pushing and a lot of people complained about the way that how some properties started turning out after a while. Famously, everybody complained about She-Hulk, saying that it felt like people felt like it got rushed through, and it's more so because there's so many projects on their plate. They kind of have to like do what they can, push it out, and get on to the next one. I feel like unionizing is going to get them to a point where, yes, it might be a little bit longer for properties to come out, but we're going to get more quality out of it, just because they're going to actually have the time to do stuff. Combination of that plus, everybody's monster Bob Iger right now, actually kind of like pushing things further apart and making it to where he wants everybody to focus on quality over quantity. So, that's probably one of the only.
He just needs to shut his damn mouth in public.
Like I said, that's probably one of the only good things he's doing, because he's still persecuting everybody else in the industry.
Sell a couple of jets there, Bobo, and then maybe you could give it to the writers and the actors, and then you wouldn't have anybody on strike, and you could fly wherever you want.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
There it be. You're not gonna contact Curtis Corona and get a information from him right away, huh, young Phil?
I will ask him once everything gets voted in because he doesn't work directly for them, but he works alongside those kind of guys. So
Oh, that
Yeah.
beard.
I know that
I
that
think
he
once
said that
it's. Oh, go ahead.
he was saying that if Marvel's VFX crews unionize, that just means that everybody across the industry will start unionizing, and that means that that's an overall good, is the way that he said it. So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a
that's what I
good.
was gonna say. So I'm
Mhm.
glad I just let you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, honestly, I was like, no. I was like, say it. I
Yeah.
know you're gonna say it. So say
Yeah,
it.
because that's what he was saying. It's a net good if they can unionize with IATSE, that means that everybody else is going to be able to unionize, and that just guarantees that the type of work that he does gets recognized on a larger scale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's interesting, like, we said Marvel, like, okay, so that's 50 plus employees for Marvel that are gonna potentially unionize,
Mhm.
right? But like that's just under the Marvel, I guess, umbrella. Like
Right.
SAG covers all of Hollywood for the most part, right?
Yeah, but
Certain
like,
criterias.
you know that SAG and AFTRA. Hold on.
So I was just wondering, like the writers too. Writers aren't like we only write for Marvel or we only write for Disney. They,
Right.
I guess this is like the beginning of something bigger.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I agree.
It'll be
And it's something that's needed,
I think that it is going to be something that everyone's going to step on because, like, okay, so SAG and AFTRA used to be separate unions and they merged, but they both had to start somewhere. I think,
right.
like, AFTRA was just like radio personalities, then it was TV personalities because it was the first one, and then SAG came along, and it was like I think they came along pretty close together, but they were just two different unions. And so I feel like we might get a couple of VFX unions and then they might merge together, or they'll all just go under the same union. Either way. But I do think things are changing. This is exactly what we've had all this turmoil and everything. And now we're seeing this change. People are waking up to maybe we do need unions because maybe we do need to be protected from corporations because the government's not protecting us from them.
Right.
So it's like, it's that kind of stuff. So
Right.
Good point. Okay.
let's move on.
Speaking of potential ends, so an end to the writer's strike could be getting closer. According to Deadline, the Writers Guild of America and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers are resuming talks via Zoom with the WGA, set to deliver their counter to the AMPTP counterproposal from last Friday. Per the report, thus far, the tone of the recent talks have been progressive, with both sides willing to negotiate on key issues such as viewership-based streaming residuals, pay raises, preservation of the writer's room, and AI. That's good news.
It is.
I think it is. I'm just hoping that the AMPTP or whatever, is that right?
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
AMPTP, correct.
Oh my gosh, I got it right. Yay. That's 2 tonight. Okay. But I just hope they're doing this in good faith. I hope that they're not doing it as some sort of like delaying tactic or so they can put out more smear stuff. So
Right.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't sound it.
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
I
We'll
am.
see. So the meeting comes after WGA leadership sent an email to members on Friday revealing that a meeting with the AMPTP occurred earlier that day and resulted in a new package of proposals from the studios. The email indicated that the WGA planned to respond to the AMPTP sometime this week. All right, progress. We'll see what happens.
It is progress. And I mean, like, it's definitely something that is needed. Hopefully it's something that the WGA, just the members of the WGA get what they deserve. Like, again, you don't have these situations where AI is writing scripts for them, where you have the pay raises that they deserve, the residuals, again, preservation of the writers room, making sure that there is a minimum writers there are minimum writers in the writers' room for certain shows and different projects. You know, I mean, it's things that are guaranteeing work for writers and making sure that, you know, we don't get less quality because AI takes over or something like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I think that they
Well,
underestimated how the studios underestimated how much people enjoy quality entertainment.
Right.
well, it's funny because I think they're like, well, we'll see what happens with these writers. Go ahead, strike, you know. But all it did was like rally every other employee under the sun and be like, oh, maybe we should do the same thing. And now everybody, you know,
It's not just
from
in
their
Hollywood
thrones are just like,
though.
whoa, hey,
Like
what's happening?
today was the National Day of striking or something, like, and so they had like these like big unions with them that like are pilots of planes and stuff. So it's like there were all these people there. They've had sanitation workers in their union. They've had them helping them out. They've had all these other non Hollywood unions help out. So it's like they take a day off to help them. So it's not just impacting Hollywood now. It's impacting everybody.
I think it's just starting to show that the elite who have all the money, you know, they've been kind of coasting for the longest time, and
Since
people
the
are getting,
80s.
yeah, and people are tired of it, and they're tired of not being able to pay for homes when, you know, working your entire life and not being able to have an actual retirement, you know. So I mean, it's just it's people, it's overdue time for people to be treated like people again.
Yeah.
Yep, totally.
Yep.
All right, let's keep it going. In
I was gonna say,
news,
do you want me to read the X-Men? I can.
you can read this one. Go ahead, Fray girl. You got it.
So, X-Men 97, y'all. Apparently, the voice cast is beginning recording soon. So
Yes.
we know that means the animation is probably pretty on board because they have stuff now to record against. So still no official release yet for the first season of X-Men 97. Production on season 2 is already underway, and the voice cast is currently recording. So we know that's probably coming up soon. Fingers crossed. Lenore Zahn, who reprises her role as Rogue in the series, recently confirmed that she's back in the booth to record Rogue's dialogue for X-Men 97. She reshared a post on the on X form.
No,
on Twitter. I'm sorry. Okay, she reshared a post on
so
Twitter from an X-Men fan account announcing that production on X-Men 97 had begun, and it came with the following comment: "Heck yeah, sugar! We started, and I think you're gonna love it."
Oh,
sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
I could have done a much better road.
Do it again. Take two. Take two.
I don't know if I can do this now. I'm feeling
pressure. You can do it on this name here because he put X in everything. So
no, I'm not doing that again. I just want to do the accent.
Oh, okay.
Heck yeah, sugar. We've started, and I think you're gonna love it. Much better.
I like it. I like it. That was good. That was
a little bit more Mississippi than I liked, but it'll do.
But she's from Mississippi, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but the way that she does the accent, it's a little more Alabama than Mississippi. But
yeah,
that's splitting hairs, and only people that do accents would know that. And I apologize. And she's a lovely woman, and I think it's fantastic.
Where Remy is clearly from Baton Rouge, you can tell.
He's a little too cagey. No, I'm kidding. He does the guy that plays Remy does a really good job with his.
He does. His Cajun is really good.
Official Exopsis Ex Synopsis.
Official Exopsis Ex Synopsis. Synopsis.
Storm and Wolverine try to continue the X-Men. Magneto comes in and wants to step up for Charles Xavier. Sinister comes in to try and end the X-Men once and for all.
considering the ending, right? Like that Sinister got like kind of like blasted in half by Cyclops, so it's gonna be interesting to see him come
Yeah,
back.
but was it really Sinister or was it a clone?
No, it was him.
Definitely a clone.
He was still alive when he got away. He was just like
Yeah.
he just had a giant hole in his side because Cyclops was like the only person who could actually hurt him.
Don't we like find out that Sinister's like related to them in some way? I thought we did.
Because
Like that's why
Sinister's a
he's
mutate.
obsessed.
Yeah,
I know
Sinister's
he's a mutate.
yeah,
but-
he turned himself into a mutant.
Yeah, so I think it's has something to do. I know it has something to do with Scott. If there's something with Scott that he's like related in some way, or there's some sort of thing that, but there's a reason that he's obsessed with Scott Summers so freaking much.
Yeah,
and it can't just be the guy's abs. All right, expected to debut on Disney Plus late in 2023. Time's ticking here, people. We're in August.
I know. We need some announcements stat. Like, hey, Disney, you need to get some announcements going.
Everybody's just so afraid to announce anything because of the strikes.
the other thing is they can't really promote, like so even if they announce it.
No, but they can
Not
for
getting
animation. Animation actors, they don't.
Yeah, they can
promote.
push this.
Animation, they can push. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just not doing it because they're like, oh, we don't know. They don't want to get on the bad side of somebody.
I think they may be waiting it out to see, because there's some tentpole stuff, like Ahsoka and Loki and stuff. Like, even though they said late 2023, I think they're gonna space it out to be like, you know what? We don't know what else is gonna be ready, so we may just need to keep that in the hopper, keep it on warm, just in case we need something to fill some holes.
Yeah, that's
so a little bit further down the line.
Late 2023 could also be the last day of December of 2023.
Yes.
So they could still make good on their promise. And
it's true.
So.
All right. In teenage bug news, Blue Beetle flew into theaters this weekend, introducing the fan favorite DC superhero to new audiences. Before the film's debut, DC studio co-CEO James Gunn confirmed that Holo Maridueña's portrayal of Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, is expected to be part of the new DC universe, which Gunn is shepherding alongside Peter Safran. It's sticking around. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he came out and announced and be like, even before the movie came out, it's like, hey, this is it.
Well, I think he probably
this.
got to see the movie before he said anything. So
this is going to be like our Spider-Man, where people can jump on board, young and old. It seems a little new and fresh and not a lot of baggage, and let's run with it.
It's not a character that everybody's really that familiar with. So so I mean, as you said, there's not a lot of baggage.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a new, like a brand new shiny character that people can latch onto and really use them as their entrance to the world. So,
the big thing also though is that specifically Jaime Reyes had a big part of why New 52 happened, so it's kind of like Jaime Reyes as well as the Flash. I mean, like basically the two of them changing things in the past and in the future, and then of course Booster Gold had a big part in that as well. But I mean, like essentially, the two of them are the reason that the continuity in New 52 ended up becoming what it was. So I mean, it makes sense that James Gunn creating a new universe, you do the events of the Flash, which he said, lead into why the universe is becoming what it is, why it's being rebooted, as well as Blue Beetle. I doubt we're going to see Black Beetle in this, but I mean, like, still, like I mean, we could see the Black Beetle. You don't know, right? We don't know that we're not going to see the Black Beetle in this.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the Black Beetle is basically the reason that, they go back in time. And this is in the comics. We don't know. I haven't seen the movie. In the comics, Black Beetle basically comes back in time because the whole point is, in order to save the future, you have to bring back the dead Ted Cord, who ends up becoming Jaime's mentor. So
that was so special because I love Ted.
Yeah. Because when they killed Ted Cord in the comics, it was like, okay, everybody was a little upset about it. He was kind of a goofy character, but
the way they killed him too. Man, that was brutal.
It
That
was.
so brutal.
Oh
It was
man,
just
but I
like,
mean, how
oh
many
my
times did
God.
Ted Cord get the living crap kicked out of him though? Because
Right?
Tuesday
Yeah.
beat the living Nikes out of him in '93. So I mean, like him
What
and-
happened to Ted Cord? How did he die? Spoiler alert.
He
Spoil-
he was basically beaten to a pulp.
Mhm.
And he's the reason that the countdown started.
Right.
Was because of that. When he died, it started the countdown for the new 52.
Mhm.
And the mystery was the thing that Booster Gold needed to find out was who killed him.
Right.
And
Booster
that's
Gold-
what gets to, like, that's how you get to the final thing. It's a beautiful crossover.
Right.
It's like my second favorite behind Crisis of Infinite Earths. But
Because a lot of people talk about like, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle and their relationship. Like,
yeah,
people talk about like, because they're best friends, but it's like,
they had a
borderline-
bromance.
that they were like borderline actual relationship kind of thing. But like,
Yeah.
that's because of like how close they were. Right. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like Booster Gold and the fact that we're getting a Booster Gold movie. Right.
Mhm.
It kind of makes me hold out that we're going to get Ted Cord at some point in this. But like I would want Ted Cord because Ted Cord, Blue Beetle, had no powers. He was basically a dude in a suit. Versus Jaime Reyes is Blue Beetle. Jaime Reyes is technically the third Blue Beetle.
Yeah, because the first one had powers and had the scarab.
Right.
And then Ted Cord had the scarab, but it stopped working at some point, and
Right.
he just had powers and he had all of his technology.
Right.
And then Jaime got the scarab again.
I'm trying to remember what reactivated the powers on the scarab itself. I know it had to do something to do with Booster Gold.
Yeah, it was him and his little robot guy.
Skeets.
Skeets, yeah, Skeets.
Ah, Skeets.
Skeets. But I mean, like, that's what I like about Jaime Reyes is like, the Jaime Reyes storyline is where they explain the Reach and how they basically had a what was it, like an accord with Oa, right?
Yeah.
Like a deal with Oa that they would not invade planets and take over planets. And the way that they did it was they sent scarabs because they still want to take over the entire known universe. They sent scarabs to different planets to infiltrate, and the scarabs basically would create a hero for the planet, and they would get like the entire planet to back the hero, and then the hero secretly worked for the Reach, and that's how the Reach took over worlds.
Yeah, because they would just be welcomed in because the hero and all that. Yeah.
Right. The Young Justice.
Of course, that stuff like that never works.
Right.
So.
Young Justice followed the storyline pretty closely. It still had a lot of differences in it because like Black Beetle was a completely different character in Young Justice. Because Black Beetle in Young Justice was one of the Reach, whereas Black Beetle in the comics was basically somebody that Jaime accidentally scorned.
Okay.
Right. It was a guy that like the storyline was really like superficial, but I mean he became a really good villain, really good foil. So yeah, and
I
then,
mean the storyline for Venom was pretty superficial at first, and
yeah,
see where Venom is now.
right.
Yeah.
But like Booster Gold at one point was also Blue Beetle. Technically Booster Gold is the fourth Blue Beetle. So
Okay, let's stay in Beetle news.
Yeah.
So DC Studios has finally released its latest superhero movie, Blue Beetle, which will introduce the world to the first Latino-led superhero franchise. According to Deadline, the budget for Blue Beetle is meager for a superhero film, costing $104 million.
That is pretty light for a heavy VFX movie.
right.
So Blue Beetle's budget was so low because the studio originally slated it to be released on HBO Max streaming service until a successful test screening prompted them to release it into theaters. Interesting. Okay. So 104.
Yeah.
But let's see. The movie earned $25.4 million at the box office and $18 million from international markets for a total week of $43 million.
I would say probably a lot of that 18 million came from Brazil.
Yeah.
Because
A
I
lot-
know they were super hyped about Blue
Yes.
Beetle.
So right now they're I know like a lot of outlets are saying that Blue Beetle was a flop because it only made 25 in its first weekend. And they're projecting that it's just going to get lower from there. It's not going to make enough money. I don't know, because everything that I've heard though, like all the reviews have all been good.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a really good summer movie. It's
Yeah.
a really good comic book fair. It's it's
Mhm.
like people have started talking about him as the Spider-Man of the DCU
Right.
and stuff. So I mean, those are all good things. Those
Yeah.
are all
Like,
positive things.
I have yet to see any negative reviews on the movie itself. I think
Mhm.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Blue Beetle doesn't have that big of a name in comparison to like some of the other heroes that are out there. So I think people are hesitant to go see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, again, like one of the things that I saw, they were saying like, oh yeah, but it doesn't have that much marketing. I would counter that, because everything that I see, every commercial I saw for like 2 weeks was a Blue Beetle commercial. So I
Well,
mean,
like it's all over Twitter. I see
Yeah.
it all over Twitter. I see it all over Instagram.
yeah.
I think they're just not looking in the right places.
Yeah, because it may not be on TV, but the thing is I don't watch TV, so I mean it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I watch streaming services, but I don't
Mhm.
watch like TV. So I'm not seeing like
Yeah.
1,000 commercials, because they're comparing it to Barbie right now and saying that Barbie had this massive push, and like it was
Mhm.
everywhere for a while. Like every social media thing that I'm on, that I look at, Blue Beetle's all over it, right? So
Yeah.
I think that Warner Brothers is just doing different marketing for Blue Beetle, because they know their markets, and they know
Well,
who.
and also you market Barbie different than you market Blue
Right.
Beetle.
The other
And
thing is that
that's
the other thing is that again, them saying that it's a flop. It's like, well, the biggest thing that they said about it is it did dethrone Barbie over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that that's not a slouch move. The fact that it did dethrone Barbie, which is a movie that is not slowing down at all.
and a lot of kids went back to school.
Yeah.
So
That's the
we're
other thing we're
like
seeing.
we're transitioning out of summer now.
Exactly.
So you're gonna see a more steady weekend thing instead of an up and like a huge first weekend. And I don't
Totally
see it.
agree.
I don't think it's gonna drop as much. And I do think, because like I haven't seen it either. Normally, I I see them on the Thursday before they come out. Like I'm
Mhm.
pretty
Mhm.
good about that. But no, we went and saw Barbie instead, because my son hadn't seen it, so we went and saw it together, and it was so much fun. I loved seeing it a second time, and then did like a cute little thing of like, what movie am I going to see? Like I reported it, and I haven't released it yet, but just of me in front of the Blue Beetle poster doing funny things. And anyway, but that's off topic. But yeah, so I think that it's a solid thing. I mean, it's so film premieres and first weekends are so fickle nowadays, because everything is changing so much. And being that they only had 104 million to make it, making a quarter of that back basically is a good first week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a big deal. So I definitely see this as a good thing. But I also want to say about Blue Beetle, I love the era of stories that they're telling now.
Yeah.
They're telling the stories of the era, like of the New 52, of Countdown, of all of that. And those were such
Mhm.
good stories. And like that, the Authority, early 2000s, like that's like when it was all like peak. And I just think that choosing those stories is probably the best thing. Now, the Supergirl World of Tomorrow obviously isn't in that, but I think that story, that whole story that they had there, is beautiful, and it needs to be told, and it feels like it was from that. So I think that it actually, I'm so happy about the era that they're doing at these, just from everything I've been reading from James Gunn and everything. And I'm like, I'm getting a feel for where you're coming from. And I don't want to say anything. And I've said it out loud now. So James, don't you make me laugh.
And you know what? It's not to mention that Southern California was like on high alert for like hurricanes and floods and earthquakes. So
yeah.
I mean, what else could go
Very quick.
wrong for SoCal weekend of movies? You
Yeah,
know?
SoCal just got they just got beat down this weekend.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, I'm not worried about Blue Beetle. I think either way it'll either break even or hopefully exceed the 104. But
Right.
let's keep
a
it going.
lot of people are also like, because this Flash thing, but a lot of people are also, they're like, they don't know, oh, is this movie going to be canon or not? Should we even watch it? Should we bother?
Right.
So I
And it
think
is
that too is
Yeah,
hurting.
good point. I think it's important that James Gunn came out and said, like,
Yeah.
yes, we're gonna keep Jaime Reyes.
Yeah.
So we're investing in Jaime Reyes, so to speak. Okay.
And we're investing in the actor that played him in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be some new Jaime Reyes. But okay, let's move on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know if they're investing in this one. Speaking of Disney, The Flash is sprinting into streaming. The Flash, the last DC Studios film prior to this week's Blue Beetle, is coming to Max
This weekend.
this weekend, August
3
20th.
days on Friday. Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? Like they didn't
Y'all
announce
probably
anything.
Watch it again.
I am going to
enjoyed
watch it again. I'm definitely going to watch it again. It was a good movie.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was weird, but it was good.
I think it's really weird that they haven't like announced anything about it, and then all of a sudden it's like, or hey, how about this week? This week, let's do it this week.
Yeah, because it was like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out on streaming? And it was like such a big deal, and then no, they just like it all just kind of disappeared. Like everybody just stopped talking about it, and then suddenly it's like, boom, it's gonna be on the 25th.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Want to do it right now? Let's do it right now.
Right.
Oh, you're asking me about this again? Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Button pushed. There you go.
Oh man.
I wonder if
it.
it's like
They
a
talked to the
weird.
mom.
I wonder if it's a weird marketing push. Like, hey, maybe people didn't come out because of for whatever reason for Blue Beetle. Maybe if we just throw the Flash out there, people will watch the Flash, and then they're gonna go, well, I want more. I'm gonna go watch Blue Beetle.
Yeah, but why didn't they do it this weekend then?
I don't have that.
Strikes again.
I don't have that answer.
So the answer to that is they did it for next weekend because all right, let's see where it's at. Let's see what Blue Beetle makes in the first weekend, and then we'll launch it and we'll launch Flash next week just in case it needs a little push.
Oh, there you go.
Push.
Nope, it's a mistake. Zaslav is a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, look, it's a Barbie thing.
Back to movies that make money news. You want to take this one?
God.
Sure. Barbie continues to blow up at the box office, and the latest numbers show that it has surpassed The Dark Knight as Warner Brothers' highest-grossing domestic movie release.
Why did you say that name? Why did you say Barbie?
My mother's name is Barbie.
Okay.
Barbie has now grossed $537.5 million in the United States.
Wow.
Way to go, Barbie. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight grossed $536 million over the course of its theatrical domestic run. This actually makes Barbie the highest grossing domestic release in Warner Brothers history.
Boom.
And you know what people are getting out of this? Oh, let's make movies about toys now. It should be let's make movies about women.
Let's just make good movies.
Let's make movies about strong women and have them directed by strong women. Hey, what other movie happened that? Oh, the first Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah. But then she did the second one. And so maybe just, have the right people direct the right things and have the best possible actors be the best possible characters they can be.
Right.
And now I'm off the soapbox, and that's pretty cool. I'm happy that Barbie is now dominating.
Dominating. So the movie is on track to surpass Super Mario Brothers as the domestic highest grossing film of the year. It became the fastest Warner Brothers movie to reach $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Awesome.
I'm happy for this because I mean, like, it's well deserved, not only for the cast, but also for Greta Gerwig. I mean, like she deserves it. She deserves it. She's a good filmmaker.
She is.
You
and
know?
She's got a good voice and a good vision.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not just that she's a woman, but just in general that she's a good filmmaker.
Yeah, because not all of her films are like, oh, women. Which this one, spoilers, is kind of that in between. It shows both sides, and I think that's the most important thing about the movie is that it shows both sides of that. Like, oh, here's what a matriarchy would be, and here's what a patriarchy would be. But it does it in a lens of almost parody, and I think that's great.
All right, I'm gonna give you a question, but you don't have to answer it this second, so we can keep going.
Yeah.
Because we have another Barbie piece, but like, I want you to think about. Okay, so Barbie did amazing. It's crushing everything. Is there another IP out there that you can think of that would also fit into this mold, or is there another franchise that, like, because movie execs love to be like, that makes money, let's find something else exactly like that and do it. So what other IP could fit this Barbie mold, or maybe I guess what I'm asking, maybe appeal to a female demographic, that would get people out to a theater like this.
I don't know if there would be anything. Barbie's such a rare thing,
right,
in itself, because it's been around. Like, Barbie the doll has been around for a very long time, since the 50s, and then and so it's got that wealth of history.
Right.
And so I don't know if there would be one. If you wanted to do like a darker version of like a Barbie thing, you might be able to pull it off with Monster High, like Monster High dolls.
I don't know. I feel like Monster High, though, like the way that they would go about that is it would end up being like a, like a Paramount Plus kind of like camp movie,
Peacock. It's on Peacock.
I would, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if they could replicate this with anything else. Because I'm thinking, like, I don't know if anything that has that much besides comics, and they're already doing comics. So it's like, because there are a lot of comics. Now, if they did like maybe some of the old romance comics and kind of like modernized them and made that, and also made it kind of kitschy, that would be really fun. But I don't know if they would do as well as this, or like a Nancy Drew or a Hardy Boys or something, because we're all into this nostalgia kick right now.
Either Gem or Josie and the Pussycats, but do it in a serious lens rather than it being parodied the way that they did it when they did those movies before.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think Josie and the Pussycats, I loved Josie and the Pussycats when I used to watch it when I was a kid. I think that I could see that. I love Gem, and I definitely think the movie that they put out was crap and is not Gem at all, and I'm very offended by it. So, and I love
instead of
Gem.
trying to make it a tween movie like they did, right? Like, do a serious take, like do Almost Famous.
Yeah, do Almost Famous, but make it with like synergy.
Yeah, like you do Almost Famous. You do a movie that takes it seriously and is like the pitfalls of the music industry, and kind of like, just take Gem as a serious character. And
they tried to do that in the Gem movie.
Yeah.
And it really did not work at all, because they did not know what they were doing and didn't have the essence of the characters. It really is like band versus band. It could be, they could do it in a Scott Pilgrim type way.
Yeah.
Just the Battle of the Bands type things. They could totally do something like that, and it would be great.
And also do it in a way where people do it in a way where like there's the people who make the film have a love for the property. Yeah. That's kind of where they need to go. Instead of saying that we got to make it rated R, or we have to make it this, or we have to make it that, we have to have a woman director, things like that. No, it doesn't have to be just any woman. Like, if you're gonna have a female filmmaker, but like if you're gonna have a female filmmaker, make it somebody who loves the property and who is going to do justice to the property.
I think that should be any property, though.
But Hollywood doesn't learn that lesson, right? No, Hollywood is like, hey, Deadpool was successful because it was rated R. No, Deadpool was successful because it was made by somebody who loves the property. And that's the whole thing is. And
understands property.
Right.
You can love something and not understand it.
Right.
So, but yeah, you
Yeah,
need somebody who loves and understands.
Right. Filoni and Favreau are another example of filmmakers that love the property, so they will do the property justice. And that's why we've been getting such good properties from them. So I mean,
Well,
that's the
heck,
whole thing.
Sophia Coppola. Sophia Coppola is another woman director who loves the properties that she does, and she understands what she's trying to say. And so it's different because she's more indie and she likes that, but it's the same thing. Like the Russo brothers too.
Yeah,
They
her
love
Marie
what they
Antoinette
do.
was a little weird, but I mean, I mean, not that. I mean, there is an aesthetic for that, for like the way she did Marie Antoinette.
Yeah. Oh, I
there's
love
an aesthetic.
Marie Antoinette.
There's an aesthetic for stuff like that. Just a lot of
Virgin
people didn't.
Suicides.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. I mean, yeah, they're more female driven, but I'm just saying that she does those because that's what she loves to do and that's what she understands. And so her doing that is her living within her bliss. And like other directors should be given that right as well, whether you're independent filmmakers or you're multi-million-dollar filmmakers.
Right.
So hopefully that'll happen.
Okay. Can't get enough Barbie news?
Never,
right? So as of right now, there's no physical home release has been date set yet for the film. So you can't buy the Blu-ray or DVD if you're still rocking DVDs.
Right.
So there's no date yet. The film is currently available on pre-order on digital for 4K, from like Amazon and Google and stuff. But I do have a streaming date for you. So the Barbie digital release date has also been set for September 5th.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's like weeks away.
Yeah,
2 weeks away.
I'm surprised that they're turning it so quickly. And maybe because they want to ride the pink wave into subscriptions on Max.
Right.
I could see that.
That's the key. It's only going to be on Max. So no Netflix, not anything else, only on Max.
Yeah. That's probably why they're delaying the
physical release, the buying the Blu-ray. Yeah.
Is so that they can get the subscriptions to get people watching it there first, and then they'll release it.
Warner Brothers, but that's been Warner Brothers' strategy.
Yeah.
They've mentioned it, like, they don't want to do same day releases anymore because they want to make sure that they get their money in theaters. But they changed their window from, what was it, like it was 90 days to like 45 days.
And now it's just like, well, whenever we get to it.
I mean, it seems like they're like just doing it like within a month, like a 30-day release window.
Well, yeah, I think that the reason that they had it on here and they just left it is because they didn't think that Barbie was going to do as well as it's doing.
And again, they're going to learn the wrong lessons from it because that's the way executives are. But I mean, again, it's very successful. So
yeah, no, I understand. I mean, I get it. I'm just saying that I just feel like that's what it was because there's just. Yeah, I have a lot of issues with executives, so we'll just move on.
Let's go ahead and move on here.
All right, A League of Their Own. So maybe Barbie should do a baseball movie instead. Actually, there is a baseball Barbie and a basketball Barbie. All of the teams had a Barbie. I actually have the Spurs Barbie. So that's my favorite basketball team. So yeah, I do. I have the Spurs Barbie. All right, A League of Their Own is officially done at Prime Video. On Friday, a report from Variety confirmed that previous plans for a second and seemingly final season of the series have been scrapped. This comes after the show was renewed for a shortened 4-episode season 2 earlier this year, after months of negotiations with Sony Pictures, which included efforts to lower the show's licensing fee and signing new deals for the series cast. According to the report, the decision was made amid the ongoing writers and actor strikes, which would have pushed the time frame for a likely season 2 debut into at least 2025, which I expected somebody to cave quickly and start canceling things, but I thought it would be Netflix before it would be Amazon. So I am actually a little surprised by this.
Because they also canceled Peripheral.
Yeah, that was the next thing, is that it's actually it got axed too. So A League of Their Own it says is only the Prime Video show to suffer this fate. The previously planned second season of The Peripheral has also similarly been scrapped. You know who's going to be really sad about that? Our friend David Chung.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
like his favorite thing to watch, and he's going to be. I'm sorry, David.
Yeah, he talked about that to us the last show. He was saying that that was one of his favorite things to watch. And it wasn't a bad show. It's just kind of like I think Amazon is just at the point where it's like, okay, well, we need to start scrapping stuff. Who has the lowest viewerships right now, and they're just scrapping whoever had the lowest viewership, like whatever show had the lowest viewership.
It's a shame because a lot of shows, especially like I know Peripheral is from the Westworld people, like the executive producers, writers, and stuff. They Westworld, the first season was a little slow. Like, I mean, it had a build up to get to the final thing, and that final episode of that season, whoo, well, boy, doggy, that was a big episode.
Yeah.
But that first season really had to get its legs, and so not giving Peripheral a second season, I think, is a mistake.
Yeah.
And League of Their Own, I just feel like it just may not have been the time for it right now.
Right.
Like, it's too nostalgic. It's like it's nostalgic from the last time we were nostalgic, you know? So it's like,
right. Because it was
sometimes cancels
nostalgia
each
when that
other.
movie came out. You know, that movie came out in the early 90s. It was already a nostalgia movie to begin with.
Yeah, but an existing IP, you know, women empowerment, you feel like that it should have worked. I love the movie League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Whenever I catch it like on TNT or something, I'll leave it on. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a really great movie. But
Was
I
it,
think
Rosie O'Donnell? Who else was in that? Wasn't
Madonna.
Madonna was in that? Wasn't Susan Sarandon in that movie too?
No, it was Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. That's who it was.
Because you were thinking Thelma and Louise.
Yes.
Yep. And then
Or
and
you
it
were
had
thinking Boulder.
Lori Petty was in it. She was the little sister. She was Gina Davis's little sister. Tom Hanks, of course, was in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that movie. Penny Marshall was in it.
That's right.
Or she directed it. She wasn't in it.
Oh God, who was the recruiter? John Lovitz.
Yeah, John Lovitz. Like,
John
it
Lovitz
was
was
such a good, but I have a feeling, like, to me, that was kind of like lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that kind of, it worked with the people and the way that their chemistry together and everything. And it's just one of those things that it may not work with others.
Okay. Let's keep it going. You know what's stronger than good streaming series getting canceled too soon?
Family.
Tattoos.
I don't got friends. I got family.
Tattoos.
After being unleashed in theaters earlier this year and
nobody
landing on home video in recent weeks, Fast X is confirmed to be landing on Peacock as its exclusive streaming home next month. In addition, Fast X, a number of other recent entries into the Fast and Furious franchise will be available to stream on Peacock, including Furious 7, Fate of the Furious, and the spin-off film Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Since the platform launch, Peacock has been a go-to destination for fans of Universal Picture releases. Fast X will race onto Peacock September 15th. All this content is coming so fast to streaming.
That's another reaction, like overreaction as well. I think they're wanting content on their streaming services so people won't get so like, well, why don't you have anything new?
Right. Well, I mean, there is a window, you know, like it's not in theaters anymore. Like they're just sitting on this IP they spent a bunch of money on. Why not throw it onto the streamer and try to get subscriptions?
Right.
You know. So we'll see. Anyway, this next one is a little sad. It's a Mario.
Oh no.
It's not a Mario.
No, it's not.
It's not a me.
It's not even Luigi.
Nintendo shocked fans when it was announced that Charles Martinet, the longtime voice of Mario, Luigi, Wario, and numerous other characters from Super Mario Brothers franchise would be stepping away from his various roles.
Yeah.
In lieu
Say
of the
it ain't so, Mario.
Mario.
Oh no.
In lieu of the shift, Nintendo said that Martinet would now be serving as a Mario ambassador, which would allow him to remain tied to the series in some capacity. And
Yeah.
while it's not yet fully known what the new role will entail, it seems that one that Martinet is taking on with a fair bit of excitement. So I guess he's super excited.
Yeah. Fun fact: he's from your neck of the woods, James.
The Philippines?
No, he's from the Santa Rosa area.
Oh, is he? I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to look that up.
Charles Martinet, man. Yeah. I mean, it's a little sad that he's stepping back, and whoever picks up that role is gonna have big shoes to fill because he does play like half of the characters in the Marvel universe, in the Mario universe. You know,
We're just
Mario,
so used to
Wario,
anything starting with M being
right?
Marvel.
Waluigi. You know, there's a couple other characters that he plays too. But I mean, like, you know, Charles Martinet is. I mean, he's a legend at this point. You know, I loved his, like, he had one line in the Mario movie, and it was very evident, and I loved it. It was a guy that was making fun of Mario. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gonna talk like this?
That's kind of what it was, because like it was they were talking about how they just watched their commercial on TV, and he was like, "You think the accent was too much?" He goes, "No, it was a great." Woo!
I don't know. I mean, he seems okay with it. I mean, I don't know if it's forced or if he's like, you know what, I don't want to work as much and I just want to have
He might
fun.
not be able to do it anymore. Like, he
Yeah,
might not
right?
actually be able to physically do it anymore.
I don't
So-
think that's the thing. I think now it's just he wants to retire. I think it's just kind of like, I've been doing this since, you know, the early 90s. I think it's just like, I want to hang up the mustache and the hat, and, you know, just kind
Hey,
of
I'm not
retire.
an Italian dude, and maybe I shouldn't be playing this Italian dude now.
I don't think that's the whole thing on there, because like everybody's just like loves the character enough to not
Oh yeah, no,
care at this point.
that was the me joking about cancer.
Yeah, it's like a French guy playing an Italian that was made by Japanese people. So
That's
that
some fusion food right there.
right, that looks like a Mexican. So yeah, he's one of us. He's totally one of us. But no, like, I think Charles Martinet is just, you know, it's time. He's like, you know, it's probably time to have somebody else take up the character. I played it for, you know, over 30 years at this point. So
yeah. He's like, I'm good. Time to move on. I'm gonna have some fun.
yeah, you know, and
And-
he's still going to be the ambassador. He's still going to be a Mario ambassador, which means he's probably still going to do, like, you know, when they do like launch events, he's probably going to be there and like, hey,
He might go to cons,
Yeah.
and stuff too. So I mean,
Exactly.
that could be cool. That
Yeah.
could be really neat.
That's a Legends contract. That's like, hey, we're gonna keep paying you just to be happy, you know?
That's
We're
like
gonna
being
keep moving
like
forward.
the
Yeah.
emeritus, like the CEO or director emeritus or something. Like that's
Mhm.
that's like, hey, you've done a lot, and we don't want to mess with you. We don't want to FAFO you.
And we don't want you to speak badly of us. So
That's part.
there's
of
some
the
money every
FAFO,
month.
so.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. Get your popcorn pants ready. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go
Wait,
to the
you guys have
lobby.
popcorn pants?
I have popcorn pants.
I
Are you
have
kidding me?
popcorn pants.
I
Yeah,
don't
see?
have popcorn pants.
I'm probably going to wear my popcorn pants tonight while I'm watching Ahsoka
Ahsoka?
later on when it launches after
Are
we're
they
done.
There you
just
go.
like pajama pants? I don't. What are these popcorn pants you speak?
My
Stretchy
popcorn-
pants?
My popcorn pants are not pants at all.
Well, okay, that's weird.
Okay, that was
So-
TMI. What,
No- no-
James?
It's stuff. It's a popcorn pants are like pants with like an elastic band,
Hmm.
right? So you can the belly can breathe because it's hard to
So
get air when you're.
leggings? You wear leggings?
No, they're
Leggings are too
stretchy
restrictive.
sweats.
Oh, so like yoga pants.
Yes,
I'm not. Hey, I'm not personally wearing
James'
yoga
favorite.
pants.
That is James's favorite
Let's-
thing to wear.
Let's not put the rumors out there that I'm wearing yoga pants to the movies.
That is
But it's
definitely
basically
his favorite.
pants you don't mind getting butter on. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I
'cause-
can't eat butter on my popcorn.
Oh,
it
come on.
It gives me a stomach ache. I can't.
No.
It's like
All
the
right.
oil in it. It just like, yeah, I get like horrible heartburn and everything. It's horrible. I cannot eat. I try to eat popcorn at the movies and I can't because I like my stomach hurts for like 2 days after because of the oil. They use. So
I
just
have the
cannot
same
eat it.
problem, but I still do it because America. All right, and we
Guys,
have to.
Let's do
Go.
this. So, more than
So-
3,000 locations with approximately 30,000 available screens across the country are expected to take part in the one-day event. National Cinema Day returns on August 27th, and if you go see a movie that day at the theater, tickets will only cost you, get this, $4. All movies and all formats, including IMAX. So, IMAX movies are going to be $4. That's insane,
That's nuts.
right?
Nuts.
When is the 27th is what, a Monday or
Yeah, it's
Sunday.
this Sunday, I think, actually.
is it this Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
If only we had Google and a calendar in front of us.
I know. It is Sunday. So it's this Sunday.
Okay. Oh, that's totally doable.
So let's talk about the history here, right? National Cinema Day is designed to celebrate the power of movies to bring us all together. But part of the design is also obviously to get people into theaters, fill those seats, and experience the magic of movies. According to the National Association of Theater Owners, last year's inaugural National Cinema Day resulted in the highest attended day of 2022. That means there's going to be a lot of popcorn and concession sales. As for the movies that will be available, whatever's in the theater, which means Barbie, Oppenheimer, Gran Turismo, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, The Hill, and more, which means Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing Oppenheimer until November. I don't care how cheap the tickets are.
Which means, no, you're not going to see it in theaters. That means if you're not watching it till November, you're watching it on streaming.
Well, I guess that's what I'm going to be doing because that's when Oscar movies should be watched.
I totally didn't think this was a thing, that it was going to be real, but I just looked it up on Fandango.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up Blue Beetle Sunday, 7:20 showing at the where's this? Doco?
Mhm.
$4 tickets.
$4.
my God.
$4. You know, my city and state probably isn't participating because why would we? I'm sorry, I have a beef with our governor.
Look it up.
A beef with our governor.
Look it up right now. Fandango. Just like
I'm
That's how you
just,
say it.
I'm just going to AMC.
that's how you say it. Fandango. Just like how
Fandango! Like
Philippe says Mongo. You have
No,
to say
but
it. Mongo
No, every time I
Fandango.
hear Fandango, I think of the ABBA song.
every time I hear Fandango, I think of the ad when you went to theaters and they had like
Oh,
the
yeah.
paper bag puppets. Fandango!
Did
Okay,
you
let me
finish
see.
reading the rest of this? I totally didn't even listen to you.
What?
Did you
Huh?
finish reading the rest of it?
I
totally
read the
Yeah.
whole thing.
didn't. Okay, good. I was busy looking up tickets and confirming. I was
Let me see.
sleuthing.
Let me see. Let me
The
see. let me
one
see,
time I
let me see.
read a story, he's like, "No, I wasn't listening."
I'm sure it went over really well. Hey, you sounded
Okay,
great.
I will tell you this. So the theater that we go to the most has been disappointing me. It's AMC, South Roads 20. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Barbie was a big deal for a week there, and then they moved it to 4 theaters and took everything away. And Blue Beetle, I'm looking on the 27th. It's in 1 theater.
Oh wow!
What else is coming out?
I don't even know, but I'm just like, what the heck, AMC?
It's probably because they don't think it's doing well enough. They probably didn't have enough pre-orders.
I don't
That's
care.
weird. Should look up what else is coming out. Should we keep going?
Let's keep going.
All right. Lucasfilm. We've got a bunch of Star Wars news coming. So
Yeah, this-
Lucasfilm has announced that it's closing the visual effects and animation studio in Singapore that first produced the Clone Wars animated series.
Yeah, this is sad.
It's sad, but honestly, it kind of makes sense. Lucasfilm's Industrial Light and Magic Visual Effects Animation Studio in Singapore first opened its doors in 2004 in order to work on Clone Wars. That VFX team was moved to Singapore's Sandcrawler building with Disney's Southeast Asia offices in 2013. The building was then sold to the Blackstone Group in 2021. Disney has put out a statement about the iconic location closing, saying the company is consolidating its global footprint and winding down its Singapore studio due to the economic factors affecting the industry.
Oh, God. It's more Bob Iger trying to get money in his pocket.
So the animation studio closing will result in 300 current staffers all losing their jobs.
Yeah.
All of them. Like, hey, sorry, you're not going to get moved, but you're going to lose your jobs. So that's crazy. So Disney and ILM have addressed the personnel changes in the statement, saying that the company plans to give employees as much notice as possible and offer opportunities to relocate to one of the other company's growing studios. There are other ILM offices located in San Francisco, Vancouver, London, Sydney, and Mumbai. The company is also taking steps to help employees find new employment, including holding a targeted job fair with companies identified as having a need for talent with similar skill sets.
Okay, so
At least
that
they're doing a thing.
right, like that kind of softens the blow a little bit. They're not just saying 300 people. Hey, whatever, you're
Peace.
on your own. Peace, right? Like at least they're giving them opportunities to move to either other offices or find jobs that are similar if they don't want to move from where they are.
I mean, that's true.
So I mean that's better than what Disney could be doing, because you know if the last time we heard of layoffs that they did was at Pixar and they just let people go. You know, so this is a better thing. Like they probably learned from the last time. Like, you know what? It's bad PR to just fire people. So let's just.
Well, and also, I mean, they've been in the media, in the PR for a while. Like not them specifically, but Disney itself, like that, you know. And so I can just see this also being blamed. You know what I mean? So like it's like, hey, this would look really bad if we didn't actually do something. So
right.
And you know, in a weird way, like yes, it's bad PR, but it's also like, well, how worse it would have been if we shut down like the San Francisco office and we lost, you know, jobs in the United States.
Yeah.
So it's like, sorry, Singapore, you gotta go.
yeah.
Spoiler alert: we stopped making the Clone Wars, so we're on
Yeah,
to
and I
live.
mean, they're
We're
using
on to
other
live action now.
Well, and they're using other animation studios now.
Yeah,
So it's not like
totally.
they're trying to bring in other animators from other smaller studios to work. That's what Force Visions is about. And, you know, I mean, they aren't doing as much animated for Star Wars as they were.
Yeah.
So.
That kind of surprises me because they just said that they're going to be doing another season of what was it? What was the one? No, well, Bad Batch. Yeah, there's that. But I mean, like the other show,
Visions.
Oh, the young Jedi Adventures.
Young Jedi Adventures. The one that had Dooku. What was it?
Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi. They just announced another season of that, so it's like, interesting that they're closing that animation studio. But I mean, I guess that just means they're gonna farm it out to another studio.
No, I mean,
all right, let's get that. I mean, those as much as they look like Clone Wars, they still had a different style, kind of their own style.
They're so like, I don't know. I feel like this like it's such a big studio, and that it seems like Star Wars is going a little bit more guerrilla with their animation style nowadays and trying to get the most edgy and like most like up to date, and that's why they're doing the vision stuff. And I think that's the new vision for Star Wars is to find the more up and coming people so that they can train them on how to do Star Wars, and you know, then they can get a job anywhere. You know, it's like that kind of, so I just feel like it's a little bit more like that. So and Filoni's talked about it a lot, and so that's why I'm really bought into it. So.
The real reason that they're closing their Singapore office is because somebody said that multiple characters were named Martha.
Wow. Okay.
Why did you say that name? All right.
We are not naming this episode anything to do with Martha, by the way. I already veto it. You guys didn't know I had veto power, but I do.
Okay.
Where are you going, Coco? Where are you going? Coco literally walked in here to say goodnight and reached around me and grabbed my stuffy of Chopper and is walking out right now. She's like, "Oh, I love you, Daddy. Good night." Grab Chopper and is like, "Peace out."
She's
was
like,
rude.
"Oh, Dad. Oh, you're in here. Oh, I was just looking for Chopper. I mean, I love
Yeah.
you. I
Oh,
came to
that's
say
cute,
goodnight."
Chopper. Thanks.
No, I'm not
So
taking
funny.
Chopper. What are you talking about? As she slowly backs out the door. So.
You want to see?
All right. Let's get into the next story here.
All right. So since Ahsoka won't be in animation, Dave Filoni has offered up some new details and insight on the series, saying that the story is all about master-apprentice relationships. And he also says there are going to be a lot of epic lightsaber fights. Oh my goodness.
The trailer already seems like it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I said it feels more Rebels. Because
Right.
even though they only had 2 Jedis, there were a heck of a lot of swords. Like, they use those lightsabers way more than they really should have. They were very reckless with that. Anyway, Favreau says it's very much the idea of apprenticeship. The need for those 2 groups to come together in order to pass down the knowledge and help save the world in the case of Star Wars. I mean, it's true. I mean, back in the olden days, when I was a wee lass, they had apprenticeships. You apprenticed to be things, and you had
Right.
that. So you passed on knowledge. So it wasn't just from books. It was also, and so I can see that being a big part of this show. Ahsoka's been really steeped in Jedi lore and tradition for so long that even if she's trying to get away from it, she automatically goes into it at times. So I could see that being.
But think about it this way: it's also like people that grew up traditionally with like a religion, because their parents brought them into that religion, but then they find their own views and values, and then they have to atheists or whatever it may be, they have to kind of find their own path through life, and that's kind of what Ahsoka has been, and that's kind of resonates with a lot of people these days, where it's like me. I grew up Catholic. Am I still Catholic? I don't know, kinda.
Same.
If my mom asked me, I'm gonna say yes, but if somebody else asks me, I'm probably gonna say no. Now I feel guilty for that.
I raised you Catholic. I'm like, yeah. I'm
gonna feel guilty for that.
Yeah, like I have different views on religion in general.
So,
we're not going to talk about that on the show. But
I
was going to talk
just to
more
let
about.
you all know, my father was Irish Catholic.
Oh, so look at that. We all identify with growing up Catholic. But
It's
I
just
was
everywhere, people. Catholicism is everywhere.
right. I was going to talk about like this entire. It's like Star Wars in general. Somebody pointed this out online. Star Wars in general is a series that predicates around apprenticeships in general, because there is a lineage that you can trace all the way back for every era of Star Wars being linked to each other by the apprenticeships, right? Cypher Dyas trained Qui-Gon, Qui-Gon trained Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan trained Anakin trained Ahsoka trained Sabine, and it's like, or Sabine and Ezra technically, but I mean, like, you just look at the lineage of like everybody, like just kind of going back to, the beginnings from episode 1 all the way through now to properties now that are post episode 9. There's a lineage of apprenticeships going from the beginning. So it's awesome.
And with Luke doing the school, that lineage lives on in each person he trains. So Grogu has a little bit of that.
Right. Oh, that's right. Cypher Dyas was trained by Yoda. So I mean, you have
it's all Yoda.
So it goes up from Yoda all the way down to Sabine and Ezra and Grogu and all of the any of the students that have gone through this lineage. Now, if they had just been trained by Yoda, it's not part of this lineage. They have to have been trained by someone that's either a Skywalker or someone who has benefited from that lineage.
Actually, and I missed a couple names in that list, right? I started with Cypher Dyas and then went down to Qui-Gon. It was actually Yoda, Cypher Dyas, Dooku trained Qui-Gon. and then Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and going forward from there. But like, you know, also Sifo Dyas and kind of the relationship that Anakin and Obi-Wan have, Sifo Dyas and Dooku had, because
Mhm.
Sifo Dyas was Dooku's master, and then they became friends when they were both masters.
Yeah, no, I mean it really is that. It's like every generation brings another aspect into it. It layers it and layers it.
Right.
Not to be like weird and mundane about it, but it's kind of like when you paint,
Yeah.
you don't strip off the paint before, you just paint over it.
Right.
And that's basically what it is. They add their own brush strokes, so to speak. So
Right.
I think
Gotcha.
tapestry would probably have been a better analogy and a more pretty one, and probably more Star Wars like. But I really feel paint. I'm feeling paint.
No,
That's
I
cool.
like the
I
analogy.
like the paint. I
Analogy
like
is
the paint.
good. So let's kind of move on a little bit here. Just kind of going on. If you're excited as we are for Ahsoka, the release date time has all been moved up, guys. So if you've been with us on this episode this long, we appreciate you. If you're still in the chat, we love you. Thank you so much for still being here, guys. Star Wars Ahsoka is about to make a major change to the series release strategy, which should be welcome by the fans, as the series is now set to premiere on Disney Plus on today, August 22nd,
Like right now.
at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's actually already it's already been up for 3 hours. But I mean,
yeah, it already
But
has
we-
been. I've known this the whole time, and I decided to pick you guys instead of Ahsoka.
I know.
I'm
I
out.
think James is funny because he's like, "Oh, she's already seen it. Oh shit, no,
Yeah,
I haven't
right.
seen it yet. I just picked you guys over Ahsoka."
So previously, both Star Wars and Marvel Cinematic Universe TV shows would debut on the service at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, when many American audiences were asleep. But now, all subsequent episodes of the series are set to premiere on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock for those of us on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Good time.
Yay!
It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm very excited for all of this.
I put on Twitter. I was like, I retweeted it and like put on there. I was like, I'm excited. I was like, I'm excited about this, but I have a feeling that the Star Wars fans are gonna find some reason to be upset about this. I don't know what it is yet, but I really feel like
I mean, they're always. I mean, the half of these toxic fans are just pissed that Ahsoka got her own series, because the toxic ones don't like it for some reason. It's like she's been voted multiple times in the top 3 best characters in Star Wars. Like her character arc is one of the best ones in the entire series, and this is her first time. I mean, technically second time, but I mean, like this is the first time she's getting her own property.
Yeah,
That's live action, you know. So you know, Ahsoka is an amazing character. She's grown. We've seen her growth from, you know, the annoying snips and the name that shall not be mentioned because it was only used in the movie and not anywhere else after.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what name that is, it's when she called Anakin Sky Guy.
yeah, I know. That was the best thing, and then she just stopped.
And she
It was
stopped
like,
because
it's
people
like,
hated it so much. They're like, yeah, we should probably drop that.
Yeah. We're not going to do another Jar Jar. Let's not.
Yeah, let's just not call him Sky Guy. It's pretty terrible.
Do you have all your
Walker Talker.
entries in for the Nerd Out trivia or predictions?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like Fours has like, I know he had feelings about the Secret Invasion one, and he didn't put one in, so I'm assuming that he's not doing it. And then I know Captain Lady Moon is she doesn't have Disney Plus, so if she, you know, she's on the show and wants to do a prediction, I absolutely will, but I haven't really been pushing them. But yeah, no, I push you guys because I know you have thoughts and feelings. So
Is there any prediction or something where you're like, and it could be your own, where you're like, yeah, I like that one. Like that's the one I think is going to happen.
I think the reason that I love the games so much that we do on the Nerd Out is because I just enjoy where everybody comes from. Like because a series can, it has so much potential, and especially something like this. She's been through so much, and the other characters that are in it, they're also going to be telling their stories too. And so there's a lot of different ways you can come from to tell a prediction on this, and they could all be absolutely true. That's what I love about it. It's not really that who's going to win, to me, it's okay. What creative things do people like my friends and family?
Yeah.
What did they think?
Or what's something I didn't think about that somebody else did, like a different point of view. Yeah, I totally get it.
Like that, like the whole thing. You had said something. Let me pull it up real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I think I'm really in it for actually winning, so I can rub it in everybody's faces. I think whatever Mezzo said to win the Secret Invasion game, I think I said the same thing, and I don't remember what it was. So I'm excited for this game. And either way, I think I'm going to win.
Yeah. So what I put on yours is that we're going to get Kanan somehow. Like you said, either in a flashback or a force vision, you think Kanan's going to show up. And see, I think that's great. Like, I'm taking Freddie Prinze Jr. at his word. But then I'm also like, is this another Andrew Garfield thing? Is he really the werewolf? And I'm like, I don't know. But so I didn't go that way.
Again, because like Freddie Prinze Jr., the issue is that he has, like, kind of said multiple times that he will never do Star Wars again, that the fans are too toxic. He does not want to have anything to do with Star Wars. So it's like, a lot of people, well, at least the toxic fans, like, expressed how much they hated Kanan Jarrus. I thought Kanan Jarrus was an amazing character.
I've loved him.
Like,
I loved him. He had so much doubt that he was training, that his training was leading to Ezra, like, playing with the dark side. You know what I mean? Like,
also because he was a Padawan himself, so it's just kind of like, his whole thing was. I love that arc. I feel like he was the version of Ram Koda that we ended up getting. I like Ram Koda better. To be honest, I thought Ram Koda was a better character, but the way that Freddie Prinze played Kanan Jarrus, and the way that Kanan just kind of, reluctantly took on the role of being a master, and through his own meditation became a knight, where he was a Padawan before, just kind of like self-realization and learning and communing with the Force. I love the story arc of the character, because he becomes, something that he feared that he would never be. Yeah,
and he had to get, like, that the first couple seasons, he really had to get out of his own way.
Oh yeah, because
and that was the best part, and that's why I think when they blinded him, and then they made him, and then he sacrificed himself. That was the end to the arc that needed to happen.
Right.
It was something that he it honestly needed to happen. And if he doesn't come back, I'll be fine with it. If he does come back, I think that would be great. I think that if he came back, he would probably discover that the fans like him a lot more now than they did when he first came out.
Exactly.
And it's Star Wars fans have to complain about something. They have to be mad about something, and then eventually they like it. Yeah. It's like trying to get a toddler to eat new food.
Yeah.
It could be the best thing in the world, like their favorite dish that they've never ever had before, and trying to get them to eat it is horrible. Like, it's impossible. And so it's that, but eventually they do eat it. And so it's like, it's that. And yes, I did do what I said. Yes, I compared you all to toddlers, because give everybody a chance. Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree. Kanan Jarrus is
awesome.
a great character. As much as everybody loves Ezra Bridger, I like Kanan Jarrus better. I honestly did.
Ezra Bridger wouldn't be so likable without Kanan.
Yeah.
He'd just be an annoying little brat.
Again, I make my comparisons to General Ram Koda, and I love General Ram Koda. I think he was a great character. It's a travesty that he got written out of the canon, but he's such a good character. Yeah. But Kanan Jarrus picked up where my love for that character, where it left off, because he had a lot of the same traits as Ram Koda. Ram Koda is Kanan Jarrus in another universe, right? If Kanan Jarrus would have grown up to become a knight during the Clone Wars, he would have become General Ramkota.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and I mean, I don't, obviously there are archetypes and people are gonna fall into them.
Right.
And I can see that. I can see where you're coming from. I absolutely, I agree with you, but I just, I don't know. His whole thing about not once everybody knew he was a Jedi, he didn't go back to his original name because he didn't feel like he was that person anymore.
Right.
And then at the end with the Loth Wolves and Doom and all that, and it being so symbolic, to me, it was just really emotional. I cried. I cried my eyes out in an animated show, guys.
Yeah.
Told you Rebels was good.
Yeah, no, it was
you
fantastic. But yeah, so I just really, I think Kanan deserves to be in live action.
Yeah.
And how they make that happen, I'm okay with.
I would love for Freddie Prinze to come and reprise that role.
Like a
And I
flashback
see.
montage
I
or
think
something.
he's gonna do it and just be like, you know what, I listened to Filoni. He took care of me. I just did it because.
Yeah, I did it. But I'm
Also-
not doing any work with it or anything. And
Exactly.
and
Whatever
yeah.
happens, happens. Plus,
Like Liam Neeson with Qui-Gon.
But I mean,
Exactly.
also the proof in the pudding is Christensen,
yeah, exactly.
right? Because everybody hated him as Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
He came back for the Obi-Wan series. Everybody
Because of
loved it.
Ewan. He wanted to come back to play with Ewan again.
Right.
That's honestly
thing
why he
is that-
came back.
But that's the thing is like now we know he also came back for Ahsoka. We've seen him in the trailer.
Yeah.
And he said he did say that he based his character on the Clone Wars version of the of that. So, it's great that he recognized that, hey, everybody loves the Clone Wars version better. Let me base my version of the character on this version that people liked instead of doing what I did, which was funny because that character was based on what he did anyways. Just, it was just it's very cyclical the way that character has become. And that we're seeing that. And now everybody loves Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
Well,
right.
and
So
I think that we would get the same thing for Freddie Prinze Jr.
that's what I'm thinking. And I would love to see Freddie Prinze Jr. like in live action wielding a lightsaber.
I think somebody must have like communicated that to him, or like, hey, these cons, it's all about celebration. It's not people hating on you and
his wife is
like
Buffy.
people.
Yes,
exactly. So I think people are going to be like, no, Freddie, you're only looking at the toxic fans, whereas there's amazing fans out there that love your stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a wrestling promotion that he's trying to put together, and he needs money.
Yeah.
Disney, Lucas, that'll come.
Disney money.
He's part owner in the Premiere Network.
I think part of the reason, I mean, he's a very private person anyway, but part of the reason is that his dad died and it traumatized him. And his dad was on a TV show when so I mean,
the #1 TV show.
Yeah, Chico and the Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got a lot of other stuff going on with himself, I think, as well. And he's a stand-up guy. I've always thought he was a stand-up guy. I think that Sarah Michelle Gellar picked the perfect person for her. I think they are a really good couple.
Also representing the Latinos out there. So
yeah, absolutely. But what I'm gonna say now is probably the most important thing that I'm gonna say in this entire episode. So I need you both to listen to me. Look at me and listen to me. Look at me and listen to me.
Listen.
James. Okay. I'm like, James. We need to end the show so we can go watch Ahsoka.
Yeah. So the most important thing in the entire thing on the show is we got merch, people.
Agree to disagree, but yes, we have merch.
We got merch, people. Come buy a hat. If you want a hat, come get it. It's $35. If you want a shirt, all you got to do is DM us at Distance Learning on Instagram. We'll get you the size you need. If you're local here in Sacramento, it's only $20. We'll get it to you for $20. Or if we got to ship it to you, it's $25. I think we're gonna have a special on some new materials that are coming. That is backwards right now, but is
because I'm doing a reveal, smart guy.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is I think these are going to be $25 and $30 if we need to ship it, but with a special since it's brand new and we want to show it.
You just said butt, so you have to ship it to their butts.
Yeah,
ship it to your butt.
Absolutely. So,
So
guys,
Go ahead.
revealing a new shirt here. Check it out. Dun 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 dun.
Yay!
Look at that.
Woo!
Look at it. Make yourself big.
Hold on.
Hey,
Now
and the
it's-
first person that emails
Ooh.
distancenerding@aol.com and says they want
Look
a
at it.
knitted hat, I will knit you a hat with the Ahsoka symbol on it.
Ooh.
Wait, can I buy a shirt too and I get a knitted hat?
I'll knit you a hat anyway, James. I was
Yeah.
planning on
Sweet.
giving you both knitted
Sweet.
hats for Christmas.
Now, actually,
Spoiler alert.
speaking of merch,
Oh, Phil decides now. Now he wants to do this. It's
I was supposed to
Ahsoka
do this-
time.
I was supposed to do this at the beginning of the show. We didn't. So, guys,
So hold on. We got a brand new shirt with young Phil as Unipool on it, and
Uh-huh.
me just looking super
Well-
dark and ripped, which is exactly how I am. So
Mhm.
exactly. what
shout out to Geek Saga. They helped us put it together. Eugene and David are amazing. So they help find us the shirt, help find us the logo and the graphic, and it turned out amazing. We're super excited for these. We can't wait to get these out to
Those
people.
look so cool.
First time people
I
are seeing them,
think
so
I
we're
might
excited.
buy one for my son.
Nice.
You might buy one for your son, and for Chuck, and for you, and for Barbie, and for Gal, the corgi.
Gal.
You know.
You know, if we made pet gear, I would probably have distance.
Don't
Keep
you
in mind.
don't you tease us like that.
To keep in mind. All right, so guys, I promised Graveyard I would do this on the show. We're doing this now.
Do it faster.
He sent us something here.
I don't. We're talking about two different things. I don't know. What that means.
See what this is here.
Right there. No.
Oh,
faster.
stop! Oh my goodness.
There's a shirt.
From Grave. So this is a
He
package
would
that.
do this to us, though, James.
So
if we were
this
doing
is a
this.
package that Grave sent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Did you take out the live bits first?
Yeah. You didn't. That box or that package has been sitting for a few days.
It's been like a week.
He didn't send you like a hamster or nothing, did he?
No,
I love it.
So,
That's awesome.
so this, but then on the at the same time, on the back of the shirt,
Checked on the children. That's awesome.
That's the scariest part of that.
So
That is awesome.
there's two shirts in here. There's one for me, one for James.
Oh,
Hooray.
yay.
So James, at some point we gotta hook up so I can get you the shirt.
Yeah, you owe me some shirts, bro.
Have you checked on the children? I love this.
That is amazing.
Anything else in here? No.
Oh my goodness.
There's definitely a dead squirrel in there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Why would he
That
send you a
was
squirrel?
Rocket Raccoon's
It was
sister.
it was Rocket
In-law.
Raccoon's sister-in-law.
Oh my
What
goodness.
happens when you get a raccoon and an otter together? They make squirrels. All right.
I do love otters. They are so sweet. And I want to get one, but my husband won't let me have one. I did also want a baby dragon, a baby bear, a dinosaur. You know the little tiny ones? I want one of those.
Yeah. So chicken. Chicken biscuit.
And a coffee.
Yeah, baby dinosaur chicken.
No. No, but I do want a cobra chicken.
How about an axolotl?
Yes, I want one of those. I want actually the thing that I want right now, and I'm manifesting this. I'm putting it in the internet right now. Airwaves. I want a squishmallow morai.
Ooh.
What's a morai?
It's the owl that follows Ahsoka around. It's from the daughter from the Mortis gods. There's the father, the daughter, and the son, and the son is the dark.
Right.
And the daughter is the light, and the father, and they wanted Anakin to take his place, and so then they died with the owl, but then the daughter brought her back, and the owl now follows her because the daughter's watching her.
So, with that being said, if you guys are interested in more distance nerding merch, head over to lucharillas.com That's right. Check out lucharillas.com. You get some of the merch that they have over there. Anywhere from shirts to bump boxes to bottle openers and all kinds of different fun stuff, guys. Lucharillas.com. That's LuchaRillas.com.
Yay!
Yay.
We love merch.
So let's talk schedule.
Mondays, game streams, 8 to 12. Tuesdays, the download, 6:30 to 8:30. Thursdays, the build, 6 to 8 p.m. I think we got a special guest this week, right? I think Bex.
If she books, but yes.
Okay, sweet. Sack
It
Geeks,
may
we
be-
may get an appearance from Sack Geeks. I love it.
Right. Sat Geeks may be showing up on Thursday. If not, it'll be an all bracket show.
Awesome.
But next week, we do have the Iriarte clan coming back on the show.
They're so fun.
Lawrence
love
and Diego.
Lawrence
Diago?
and Diego. Yeah. Diago.
Hey, can I ask a serious question? And I'm looking in your eyes right now, young Phil. Is Lawrence and Diego your favorite Filipinos on this stream now?
Only because
It's a trap.
Only because James doesn't show up on Thursdays and have fun with us.
All right.
I've been in the chat the last couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly. See,
James
we're
is
having
like,
fun.
fair. That's fair.
Fair.
Well, because every time I'm
That's good.
not in the
I'll take
chat, something like explodes, or you guys
Yeah.
talk
Hey,
crap about Wonder Woman.
I was
or
gonna say it really
something.
comes down to whenever you're
and-
not in the chat, there's like shit talking about Wonder Woman the entire time.
Yeah, and
We
I'm-
just
and
need
then
something
it's like-
explained. We just
well,
need something
then it's
explained.
like, no, Fray girl, you gotta come into the chat. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of a movie. So.
Fray, since you're the only one that has other stuff outside of what we do, tell everybody
Occasionally.
every other place that they can find you here.
Well, so I am here on Tuesdays. On Saturdays, I do the Saturday morning nerd out on Kyber Cave Productions, where I'm even more chaotic than I am here. I don't know if that's possible, but it does happen. I also mod for our Discord channel. So I mod for Distance Nerding. I mod for Kyber Cave Productions. I'm also a mod for the Nerd Haven, which is a long story, but it's about 400 or 500 nerds that are together and they're in a community, and we're very positive, and we talk about spoilers about all the shows, DC, Marvel, all of it. Like we have a
We nerd out
Tolkien
pretty hard.
channel, so like I mean it's all there. So we like to have a lot of fun. We're planning on doing some events and stuff, so that'll be fun. I do have a show on my channel on YouTube. My channel is @FrayGirl, and their first episode is up. It is called Classified, and it's where we classify your favorite fandoms into D&D classes. The first episode is about the Bad Batch, so it's right up the Star Wars alley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
bitch.
Yeah, and we're playing.
Hey, real quick, we had a good time watching that show on the way home from Oregon. So you and Liam, you and Shadu kept us company the entire way home.
Oh,
So
well,
much
good.
appreciated.
Great.
I'm glad. So
We enjoyed it.
yay.
It was awesome.
Well, it's fun, and it's a passion project of both of ours, because I come from it at the fandom side, and he comes from it at the Dungeons and Dragons side. So I'm more of a novice when it comes to D&D, and he's more of the master part. He's like the dungeon master and everything. So he goes into this like subcategories, whereas I really just pick like the main categories and talk about it. And so I think it's a good, hey, you don't have to really know so much about either one.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun.
It was fun because you had like an overview feel, and you came at things from a different perspective, whereas he was like looking at things and trying to put things in like, hey, what is this rogue mastermind? He's a rogue mastermind. And then you had a specific take. I'm like, and it was cool seeing him go like, oh yeah, I could totally see that too. You know?
The paladin one, like
Yeah.
that got him out of left field, and he was just like, oh my god, I totally see that, because
That
it was
got me out of left field too, because the James saw me like react like, what?
yeah.
We
But
were
it
actually
made-
talking about that. We're like, can there be evil paladins? Is it considered evil? Because they're only doing it for their just cause.
Like I said, it depends on the god that they
follow
worship.
an evil god,
Yeah.
they would be an evil paladin. And so I mean, it's like it really just depends, on how it is. You've got those people that are really fanatics, and that's what I saw him as, was a fanatic for the emperor. And so that would be why he would be a paladin. I just like that. I like, doing that. Hey, well, you know what really fits? It's this. I know it's not traditional, but it's this. And I like that we come together and talk about, like, okay, this is the master list. This is I think we call it something else. I think we call it like the Jedi Council list or something. But it's the list of, like, okay, you think it's this, I think it's that. Could it be something different, or do we just want to pick? And so you'll see as we go along, there's going to be some times when it's going to be like, maybe we should pick a third one, because I don't think either one of these really fit. And so you'll start seeing stuff like that. So it's fun, but these are conversations that he and I have. And I'm like, let's just record them. Yeah. We talk about crap like this all the time.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I'm glad you liked it. Because I was like, I don't know. And I'm like, I love it so much. And I
totally enjoyed it. And I like that you, that it was produced and you had it cut and it was great. So it was like, boom, 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 boom.
He did all the editing on it.
Yeah. You kept surprising James when,
with the Gunji.
When Gunji would pop up. He's like, what the hell is happening right now? It's Gunji, dude.
Yeah. Expect if we've got a bit or something, expect that there's probably going to be something in it. Like when we were doing the supplemental ones, for some reason, pocket sand, we were doing a bit about pocket sand. Yeah. And it came up so much. It was like, there was just like pocket sand, or something. It's really funny. So I don't know what he's going to do.
I had to put the phone down. So. The Gunji was scaring me. Like by the third one, I'm like, okay, this is
Yeah, he made him like bigger, and then he turned him and stuff, and it was just like Gunji, and I was like, oh. When I watched it the first time, and I actually told him he had it smaller, and I was like, you need to make it bigger, because people can't see it. So
make it bigger. James won't get scared. Make it bigger. All right. Anything else we're gonna plug?
No,
I think that's it.
All right. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post. Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Nerdington.
Oh, man.
Nerdington.
2 and 2 together, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe I am Madison.
Guys, head over to distancenerding.com. On the top left-hand side of the page, if you click on the little button right there, you'll see a little thing that says buy us a taco. Ladies and gentlemen, you can join the taco party. All you got to do is head to distancenerding.com, join the taco party, be cool like everybody else. Is the best way to support us and support everything that we do, to continue us being able to just kind of do everything we do for you and continue to attempt to entertain you guys the best that we can. Now, of course, guys, connect with us at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to get a hold of us and tell us about how much you hate everything we do and how much you hate our show or how much you love our show, guys, send us an email. We'll read it on air. All you have to do is go to Wait for it.
Oh no, my low battery.
Can I have a biscoff? I'm gonna eat a biscoff real quick.
Wait for it.
They say cinnamon really helps your digestive system.
It does. And snerding at AOL.com.
Still gonna eat a biscoff. All right, y'all.
Do that. You do you, James.
Thanks. And keep nerding together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dance party. Let's get this dance going because it's time to party.
I'm doing the rock first.
The Rock.
This is my version of the rock.
The Rock says this. Know your role. Shut your mouth.
Distance Nerding.
Shout out to Tay Wong. Tay Wong holding down the chat. I like it.
I wish Forrest were here so he could do the Dean Winchester voice.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.
Bye.